she has sent a voice note.
No. Dead ass today. I'll give you $100 if you can do this for a minute.
Oh yeah, 1 minute. Go.
Oh, baby. I was just thinking about you. I know you said you are going to the office. Wow. Are you into Bebo?
Keep telling people you have anxiety issues. It's a lie. You are just wicked and mad.
Look, you've done BBL and we're all happy for you. Carry your new bum and go outside.
This is the podcast for you.
I'm not poor. Are you sure? It's because they are vaping. Now everybody's marrying on time.
At your big age.
Wait now.
Do you know that I don't have clean pants to wear tomorrow?
I said what I said. The Unsolicited Opinions podcast starts now.
Please, this is a public place.
Hi, my name is Demilade. I'm a food content creator and community builder. And today on I Said What I Said, we gisted.
Yeah, a lot.
What didn't we talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a winding episode.
Yes,
It is a real exploration into what a train of thought is.
Yes.
Actually, that's the best way to describe it.
Spoke about food, Demilade being on MasterChef. We spoke about
The state
dating,
of the nation.
state of the nation.
We spoke about OnlyFans.
We did talk about OnlyFans.
All
We spoke about
sorts.
dating a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Range. That's what you call this range.
Enjoy.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello all.
Hi.
Greetings. We have a guest. Please feel free.
We have a guest today. A fabulous guest. Trying to introduce yourself, Demi.
Okay. Hello. My name is Demilade. What am I? I guess. Okay.
Wow, that's quite existential.
I don't mean to be so existential about it, but when people ask, I'm like, I don't know. Do you say you're an influencer? I feel like other people have to give you that title. You can't give it to yourself.
You can say
I
it.
definitely say it.
Okay.
At this point, it's a career.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hi, my name is Demilade. I'm an influencer, community host, community builder, and general nonsense engager.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Demilade is also a very fabulous cook.
Yes.
Oh, right. There's that too.
Yes, she cooks really, really well. And she was a contestant on the very first edition of MasterChef Nigeria.
Indeed.
It was very fun. I've eaten her food very well.
It's actually
Wait, you have
it's
to-
really lovely. Yeah,
Yes.
it was really lovely.
Fantastic time.
Wonderful time.
How have you been? What have you been up to?
How have I? I've been okay. Right. At the moment, I haven't really been up to that much. It's summer, like the beginning of summer, end of spring.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like transitioning into whatever you have planned for summer. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for summer.
You don't know yet.
Are you gonna like travel or
I
post things?
I low-key want to get a job.
I don't understand.
No.
Talk me through this in the summer.
Yes, actually. Well,
Like a summer job.
yes, like a summer job like you had in high school or like uni.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Doing what?
Anything. So I've pitched to a couple of places like marketing stuff, but I'd honestly happily chop onions. But I think like when you work in content, you are in charge of your own schedule. And I'm really bad at that.
Yeah.
So I'm craving structure. I think that's what I'm craving structure. So I'm looking for a summer job, a summer internship.
That's so interesting. But how would that affect your own like content creation if you're now in an office?
The job description has to include that I can vlog the whole process.
Yeah.
Right? So that it can be part of the content.
Yeah.
But it can also be just a nice change of pace. Because I do think that you get so used to a certain way of life, and this one of a content creator can be kind of, like I can't lie, can be kind of lazy.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Because I can sit down on Monday and make 10 videos and then I don't have anything
And
to
then
do
you don't do it, you just release them. Fair.
You film 10 videos on Monday, edit all 10 videos on Tuesday, and then Wednesday to Sunday, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, I guess because of a lot of your videos are cooking or food related, it just seems so laborious. But if you're enjoying it and it doesn't feel like work,
Yeah.
And I've also seen her cook. Demi is not a stressful cook at all.
That's also true.
I think people make her like Demi does 15, 25 minutes, and that 25 minutes she's really pushing it.
Yeah.
Like she wants it to taste good and feel good. But I remember I was really surprised when we cooked together.
Oh, about how quick and
because
easy it was.
I had mentally prepared. Okay, I'm going to be there for 3 hours. Or
3.
Yeah, like because that's how
a lot of people like
make it
make a big thing of like the process and the ones, and I'm just like,
and it was fantastic food, but it was just very, very like, oh, I like these flavors. I saw this recipe that's kind of, so I'm going to make my own version. And it wasn't, what made me laugh was that she wasn't like, oh, they said 2 teaspoons.
So like,
be like,
must.
she'll be like, okay, let me taste this. I think he needs more.
Funny
something.
enough, I watched Bizzle's.
And add it.
The concepts are just so funny.
Of
What with
Bizzle
Bizzle?
cooking, right?
Bizzle.
Oh my gosh, he really helped out in the kitchen
I
too.
know. I was like, I
he
have to
fully
watch
helped out.
this. This is crazy.
No, I don't cook. I mean, okay, I don't want to sound funny, but I am not a chef. So all of that, like, I want to say it's very like male-ish.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's very like man. But all of that extra, like, oh my gosh, the food flavors and they compound and, you know, like, I don't do that in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I genuinely cook for like what I want to eat and I just put my phone down and record that process. So if the food takes 15 minutes to make, then that video will be filmed in 15 minutes and then edited in 5 and it'll go up. And I think that is kind of what people like as well. Because the comment I get a lot is, oh, I didn't realize I could make this in Lagos. I didn't realize I could find these same ingredients or I could do these things here. And I'm like, you really can. Yeah. There's many
If I was somebody who cooked, I would definitely go in your direction. But for me, the stress even starts from, you have to look at a bunch of ingredients for this one thing you want to make and then get them. And then you have to get them, then prepare them. We've not started cooking all this while. But still preparing things. Meanwhile,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
To like 3.
How the prep there is not
what I'm saying. You have to cut things and whatever, like depending on what.
Cut things like that.
We did, but that's what it was very. I don't know, because I was trying to explain to my mom, because she was like, well, how? Because I actually made a whole song and dance of, I'm going somewhere to cook. And she's like, how? I was like, it's very, very enjoyable. You are a terrible example.
Yeah, honestly, because that's not what's going on.
That's not what's going on. But
and also depending
fantastic.
on what you make.
It was fantastic. So it was like an Asian inspired dish, which also they would know with the shits. Like, let's get this show on the road, man. Let's
But also once you buy it one time, you're kind of done. So I was having this conversation with some friends actually, and he was saying that he really wants to cook. Like he sees my videos, he really wants to cook too, but he's like, I have to first go and buy this and do this, and then my pantry is not full. I'm like, once you buy that oyster sauce one time, you don't need to buy it for the next 10 recipes.
Sauce, but then you might have to buy prawns or
buy prawns.
That's what I'm saying.
I also have I will say that there's a lot. I don't go outside anymore. I have a guy under the bridge. I will message him. This is what I need, and he will have it dispatched to my house before I even pay.
This is the key.
This is what you need.
Yeah. I think you need a guy. You need a guy, and you need several guys. So you just have ideas of stuff you want to do and optimize your life to figure those things out.
For this guy's number.
I'll send you.
You optimize your life to figure those things out.
I even have 2 guys.
It's for the best because I'm always just like, blah.
Yeah, I think in Lagos, it's difficult to be spontaneous in your cooking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when I lived in Manchester, just walk down the road.
It was literally,
so easy.
I wouldn't, because you could also, it just feels like you can buy bite-sized things in a way that you can't.
And you only go to one place in London. You only go to one place.
I've walked around the whole place. Every single thing I need for the most part, I've gotten it. And I can also check before I get there.
Yes.
So I think
it's also a thinking thing, because some people are going to hear this and think, are very, very stupid. Like, if you want to cook, like, what's all this conversation?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't cook. So this is all just like lovely and theoretical.
If you're cooking, like, if you're making batch meals, I can understand that, like, you just cook, right? If you're making like a big pot of stew, if you're making rice, jollof rice, if you're even making like a curry, if you're making a lot, that's fine. But more often, and this is something I struggle with, and Jeremy hates it, but it isn't until the moment my stomach is grumbling that I'm like, oh, I actually really want this thing. Like, this specific thing is what I want. And now we have to go and find it. But you have to go to 5 places to find it.
That's the challenge.
And that is very annoying.
That's the challenge. Even again, me, this Gilbert that's in my house that are really suffering. But then it's the same thing. By the time I'm like, okay, but I said that I want you to make so and so. But then he called me. It's like, I've been to Rene. I've been to Hartley's. They don't have it. Should I go? And I'm like, what do you mean you want to start going to Lekki to look for one?
But that's the thing though. So I also really enjoy grocery shopping in the same way people enjoy clothing shopping, shoe shopping. I love grocery shopping. And I do like discovering new things. Like I found this new grocery store that could rival Deli's. No, nothing can rival Deli's, but it's close. It's close. They have burrata for 9K.
Stop.
I know.
That's what I was going to say, because
I know.
Deli's is for billionaires, really.
No, you can find some cheap. Like, I buy my body cream from Deli's because for whatever reason, it is cheaper in Deli's than at like Ebano or anywhere else.
Really?
For what, I don't know. I'm I'm going to say this, and then I suspect it will change, but I think they've got the barcode wrong.
Oh, wow.
I think that,
so maybe for
I think the barcode is wrong.
Delhi's.
Yeah. I think the barcode at Delhi's is slightly wrong. And so whenever they scan it, it scans for something else. I won't say anything. I was just like, okay, cool, thank you, fine. And then I leave.
Yeah, I think there's a patience to even do the exploration that I simply don't have.
It has to be enjoyable for you. Like the way people will spend, I hate going out with friends that like shopping because I'm like, why am I at 10 different shops? You want to buy one shoe, one black heel.
I only shop online.
Why are we at 10 different shops?
I don't, because like I have like, so for feet, I have flat feet. So there's a proportion issue at all times. So even when I shop online, there's a song and dance of like the 2 hours I used to try on all the clothes and do my returning.
We would fight. We'd actually
have to do the returning immediately.
As in, so you go to the shop, buy one.
No. What I mean is like if I order on ASOS or something and everything comes.
Okay.
The first activity is to try everything on.
Fine.
Then return the things that are not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this is the problem. I've never done an online shop where I didn't return half the things because they don't fit properly. Oh. So I'd rather just go to the shop.
Okay, I thought you were saying that you go to shop A, buy the shoe because you like it, go to shop B, realize you prefer shop B, and then go back to shop A to return.
Absolutely.
Now I can actually... What?
But that's the only thing.
No. I'm sorry, that's the end of our friendship right there.
But that's the only thing to do. Because what if you leave and then you don't find it?
No, then don't buy from shop A.
You have to buy because at that time, that was the best thing you had seen.
But there's always...
But then when you get shop B, you now realize that's the best thing you see. So you have to take that one back.
No. I can actually end the friendship. I can be like, you know what? I'm going to sit and eat here.
I don't shop with my friends.
Call me when it's done.
I'll do tons of other types of errands. So like I can follow you to the doctor. I can follow you to the dentist. I'll do any other type of errand. But shopping with friends is a 0 over 10 for me.
And then you get to the store and you look inside the store mirrors where you already look awful. And then you're all trying to, I can't shop with friends. I feel insecure about it all. I can't do that.
I love that. I think it's so fun.
No. That's all. I will happily go with you to an eye test.
You know? I also like that, like we're like on a mission for something. So you need like, I don't know, jeans or like a dress for this.
And then we should try on 10 pair of jeans.
No. Yeah. What's my I'm sitting down and relaxing.
Absolutely.
I'm an armchair critic.
You not ask me for my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what my opinion is not.
Even worse is
that's what I love the most.
If she likes it and I don't like it, and I didn't realize that she likes it. Now I've made her feel somehow.
Exactly.
Now the mood is awkward.
Exactly.
No thanks.
I don't mind.
Just send me
about those things.
Send me. I'm thinking about times I've been sent.
I don't mind about.
I've gone to Zara by myself. I felt sensitive, and I just thank God I did not bring anybody with me.
Yes.
Like let's just wrap.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's just wrap it up right now.
I think it depends on who you take because I went to London randomly and in December and I realized that all my winter clothes are like from university.
Okay.
So I was buying things and I was trying on. So there was someone was doing like a, I don't know, marshmallow roasting, whatever. You know, people do a lot of farms. All these bonfire. They bought a fire pit. They bought a fire pit. Cute. That was the issue. And there's not much going on in London. So that was the event, the fire pit and this marshmallow. So I was like, I'm going to buy a new outfit. Because I haven't been, it's winter. Let's give them. And so I had it in my mind. I'd seen it on Pinterest. From the boots to the leather trousers.
Did it bang?
To theoretically.
Oh,
it banged.
The worst.
In person, the proportions of the trousers were very confusing. And I'm so happy that I went with my friend because I came out of the change room just there laughing. And I just went back and removed it.
But that was because you already knew. Imagine
there was no need for a lot of discussion.
No, but imagine if you liked it and she liked it.
Because I had shown her the picture. They're like, I'm going for this.
Yes. That's what you are going for.
This fit.
But imagine if you're in the
mind, mirror, you're like,
that was the fit.
Oh my God,
she comes out, and you come out and she starts laughing.
Take somebody in case of self-deceit.
No.
Also, you also have to be bold enough to say, to hell with you, man.
No.
I'm buying this thing.
No. I know we all talk about peer pressure and not falling to it, but there's some pressure from peers that is needed.
That's like the worst pressure. Is that what you're wearing? That thing is so shame-inducing.
Are you sure those shoes?
Especially when you wore it thinking, You're dead.
Hot shit. I'm literally the hottest girl in the room.
Then you come out, your friends now go, oh. If it's that old, I'll tell you, you know when your brain just do grrr.
Or like someone will say, oh, they're not sure what to wear, but they have some options. You're like, oh, let me see the options. And then by the time they got the second option, you're like, is there like...
Do you have other options?
Is there something?
Is your house far?
And then you're not saying, no, it's good.
I just remembered how I gave someone what I thought was valuable critique.
Oh gosh. What did you say?
If the shirt has sentimental value. Oh, Jala. No, before I said anything.
Even that being the first thing you said. Does this shirt have sentiment? You're basically saying you look...
Wait. And no, but in this instant, it was a man. And when I said, does this shirt have sentimental value?
You know men are sensitive.
Said, do you know you don't have to say anything again? He said, don't worry. Say less. He actually said,
but men are my favorite people to shop with. It's actually the most fun. I generally go into that shopping thing knowing that any decision you make for yourself.
No, let me tell you a story. I had a wig and I was meeting a male friend out. I get off the train. Mm-hmm. He's already waiting at, I think we went like IKEA or something. He was already waiting at the door. I get to there and he says, do you have other wigs? We fought so. Oh my God.
You actually his
girlfriend had to beg me.
The thing is,
his wife
the
now.
truth is
I hope you're watching.
The truth is that you have to fight.
Yes.
Because that's actually that's so
no. I think with some friends.
In fairness, the wig was jumping, but still.
My dad's one is this his style?
No, that is his style.
I'll never forget the first time my dad saw me wear, because I used to like, you know when distressed jeans were a thing?
Yeah.
I used to love the one that they...
Is this what the kids are wearing these days?
That's not what he said. That made me laugh. So at the time in my parents' house, like they had their almost like their own floor at the time. So I went to say bye-bye. And my dad said that. He literally was okay. He was like, oh, and he wasn't joking, nothing. He was like, oh, she housework on. Like he thought, like this was like, you know, like cleaning clothes, like the top, the bottom. I said, no, Daddy, this is the style. But I said, this is style.
The truth is that parents are the ones.
No, he was like,
what's this?
He was like, what's a yakini now? They've done this. I said, yes. I was not showing him. He couldn't believe it. He said, you kids have gone mad.
Oh my God.
He was like, in my day, what will happen is you just won't wash your jeans for a long time. You just leave it so that you have like a bit of, you know, a grunge effect. He was not asking my mom, like, do you know that this is what they are wearing?
So you, as they've turned it like this, you paid for it.
My dad could not believe it. And I said, but see, I was wearing heels. I felt really snazzy.
There was a time,
like, no.
There was a time I went out with my friend and my mom went to my friend. I'd already left the house. Like I'd walked out of the door. She said, she gave her scissors. Please help me cut her lashes.
Like she thought it was too much.
She thought the lashes were too long.
Oh my God.
So she gave my friend like nail scissors and said, just help me cut.
Trim the lashes. Do you know the funny thing
when I went to dinner with my mom one day after we recorded, my mom now said, oh, is this like something that they gave you that you had to wear? Like, oh, she was like, one of these brands now that gave you. I was like, no, these are my clothes.
Like I paid money for them because I like them.
Interesting.
She said, oh, okay. I thought, what do you mean? She was like, oh, did you have to wear? I was like, what do you mean do I have to wear?
Now, parents are so unique. I've told this story before about how my parents used to not beg me, but my parents are very encouraging about makeup. They are not, you know, some people are like, oh, no, don't. My dad is the first time I saw like 26 inches bust down was my dad that bought for my mom. He's very into vanity. If you tell color, you want to buy shoe, he's there. My dad, vain shit, he's there. Makeup. So I was really standing up for myself. I was like, no, I don't need it. I'll never forget one day. Very light makeup. Came downstairs. Obviously, my mom was like, you look so nice. I said, yes, very lovely. I said, Daddy, because normally it's dads that are like, no, my daughter is a natural beauty.
Yeah.
I said, no, to be frank, sometimes you look sick. I said, how dare? I said, and I know that you're going to a place where other ladies will be dressed to the nines. You don't care.
That's this you don't care thing.
Yeah.
My mom finds it so irritating.
I was like, Daddy, what do you mean? I said, no, look at yourself right now. You're shining. You're looking lovely, you know. Sometimes you just come, I'll say, hey. She doesn't
she
care.
finds it so irritating because I'll say, she's like, oh, I'll say, I'm going to dinner. She's like, is it with a man? She's like, and then you go and dress up. It's not every time you have to do, I'm confident, my personality. It's like, a beautiful girl, show them. I'm like,
Yeah. My dad,
I don't know what it is about parents.
No, but let me tell you how bad it sounds. Because there's sometimes if I look a bit too nice in my dad's opinion. I've told you guys before. My dad has asked me before if I went to do wedding, and he was not joking
because you look nice.
No, so to be fair to him, I just done a photo shoot for my friend. Okay. Regina used to make ashoke. So I had done a shoot for her, and I wore like my mom's. I wore white. I think it was Iran Buba or something. And then she was going to give me gele, and then she did my makeup. So I came back. And at the time, I think my dad knew I was dating somebody and I'd been dating him for a while, but I hadn't been saying anything. I was very secretive. So they'd just been looking at me. But my dad also believes that I have like a rebellious spirit and I can do. Like I think in his mind, there are some things that Jola can do it. So we just hope she won't do it. This man legit came to meet me. He now said, I want my dad wants to ask you something that can potentially offend you. He does this annoying thing where his voice will be low. Why is your voice low? Who beat you? Are we not in your house? Say, Jola Olua, Mabino. I want to just check something.
Before. I hate that Mabino. Once my mom says that Mabino, I know that whatever is about to happen, I will definitely be angry.
Like, don't be upset. Like I'm not trying to upset you. Oh,
I'm already upset.
Mommy's being honest before you say I'm gaslighting.
He now goes, did you, where did you go? And I said, I went out. I said, was it like a wedding or like an introduction? I was so shocked. I said, Daddy, surely an introduction is like families meeting. So when I get it by myself,
what would they say?
And I knew in my heart, I didn't want to say, but you can rent parents. I know. But he could see my face he was like, oh, okay. And I said, do you really think I can do this? He said, yeah. Like 100% you can just decide that, these people are wasting my time. I'm going to. And the thing is, I don't think, that's when I realized so now that I'm an adult, all your things are suggestions.
Yeah.
Nothing is actually by force. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. And when I told my mom that, do you know that Daddy asked me if I went to do introduction? She was like, how crazy do you people think was so Yoruba? I don't understand. How the point of maybe they said court.
Yeah.
Yes, I can go to court.
No.
No. Do you know the thing is that if you can come and sign. I can call you now that please come and sign this thing.
Parents don't know that. I guess
exactly. That's what I'm saying. No, I have a friend that did it too. Her parents, that one to days, the parents can't believe it. Her sister left the house. I came back, a married woman.
If you guys say that I did that,
I believe that I'm doing for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
But when I said, when my dad, so
they won't be happy.
I wasn't disputing the fact that I can elope. I'm just saying
the fact that because you were dressed up.
No, the one he chose is introduction. If he had said, did you go to court? Fair. What do you mean?
Introduction is wild.
It has nothing to do with you. It's actually literally family. So I entered my Hyundai and got there. Me and my driver. Okay, when they said that, the parents, was it Lawal? I'll stand there. It was that made me laugh so much. But yeah. Did you do anything fun this weekend? Either of you.
I had so much fun this weekend.
Really?
Yes, I went skating.
I saw that.
Was it that Chris?
At Federal Palace.
Yeah.
So this is my first time skating in my head.
Okay, I have to say you are in a lot of gear.
What do you mean by a lot of gear?
I was wondering that killer day.
She had
a helmet, wrist pads. I don't understand. I should fall.
An old person walker.
That's the gear I mean. You and the kids were.
There's one video where one boy zoomed past her. She looked so offended.
Because see, that kid had done it multiple times.
I said, Jimmy,
that was just the clip we got.
Why are you wearing elbow pad?
No, you reached to wear elbow pad.
Yes, no. Because I'm like almost 60 years old.
Have you not done skating before?
The thing is, in my head, I'd be really good at it. Like in my head, I thought, it's 4 wheels. It's not even like rollerblading. I can do this. But my friend and I was like, let's just
try.
Let's just put on some of the pads just in case. And I was so bad. My knee still aches from it, to be honest. And that was like 4 days ago.
I feel like that would be really fun for like a night. So I had a skating birthday once, like in London, and it was themed. So there was, each hour there was different types of music. It was really fun.
I really was like, we should all do that.
It was
DJ, food, drinks.
It was a ton of fun. And they had all these people who could do all these like tricks and things.
Oh, that's nice.
Have you seen the people who like, they skate with the music?
Yeah, they were like dancing. It was really fun.
That's my goal. That's what I want to be able to achieve.
I see.
So,
okay.
that was day one.
You are now.
That was day one. But I did that, and then I helped my friend. She had a photo shoot for some new products for her jewelry.
Oh, nice. Lanu.
Yes.
Oh, those are very nice. When are they back? So when are they out? Because I've got quite a. Okay, I've gotten quite a bit. I'll message her to be like, "Hey, girl, can I pin for mine now?" I'll message her.
But yeah,
genuinely, because I have so many rings from Lanu. Love that. Oh, that's very cute.
Yeah,
I love them. Like that ring.
That one is
phenomenal.
I literally went to her this morning to be like, "Hey, so how far? I'm doing something fun. Do you mind?"
Those are very cute.
I really like it. Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
I did, but I don't remember. But like I have a feeling of fun when I think about the weekend.
Oh, that's good.
But what did I do specifically? It's unclear. So what did I do this week?
Was there alcohol involved?
No, the thing is, what is happening? I know what is happening is that I've not been sleeping a lot. So I think my brain is actually having a fog. And the thing is, I have improved. But if I tell you the time that I've improved to, I don't like saying it.
Like hours of sleep?
No, the time I go to bed.
What time do you go to bed?
5:30.
Then you're not going to, what? You're napping?
No,
yeah, she naps.
Like, what I'm saying, it's actually better than last week.
What are you doing between the hours of 9 and 5:30?
I'm not actually sure. There's so many things.
Are you in your house or outside your house?
I'm in my house.
So what are you doing?
Even when I'm in bed, like I'll be in bed for like 2 hours. I won't fall asleep. Then I'll rise up again.
Oh, I have a little rant, sorry, that has to do with this weekend thing. You guys, we either need to decide that this country is going to work or sell it and let all of us find our way out. I'm being serious. Let me give you an example. Do you know something that's so annoying? So one of the downsides of being Nigerian is figuring out solutions to everything. Mm-hmm. So there's no light. You have solar, you have inverter, you have gen. Now, all these things that we think are solutions were not built to work at the capacity that we force them to. So a generator is usually like a backup, where, and a lot of people that have generators use them for an hour, maybe every 3 months, because that's what it's built for. Solar is not meant to carry, like, it is so irritating. And because none of these things are built for what we force them to do, every other week, it feels like he could not carry the pumping machine. So something is breaking. Yeah. Something broke. Something because of the voltage. Something burst
my
in
AC
the wall.
Exploded this weekend actually.
And it's all these things where we get so used to it, where the argument is often that the technician, the electrician wants to be coming back, so he's trying to be sharp. And I'm like, no, none of these things were meant to do what Nigerians are forcing them to do. So you have what is your inverter's business with 5 ACs and 6 and charging 18 phones and deep freezer and fridge and what is it? A hair dryer? What is the AC? What is in an inverter's life? It has, when they were making it, they did not tell you that, my dear, where you are going to?
What Nigerians have shown, so like, it can't even
You can't believe.
Some people's roofs, I'm like, surely, 3-4 panels. I've seen roofs, 20 panels.
And it's still not enough.
My whole roof is covered in solar.
And it's still not enough.
If you turn on 2 ACs for 20 minutes, that you it will start beeping with an alarm.
And so the problem is that we think we're being shy, and it's very nice. And it's such a microcosm of the way we behave. But you think you've solved the problem. You think you're above the program. Like, if you don't have light, buy solar. If you don't buy solar, buy inverter. And
we're not above the program.
Call Mr. This one. That one fix something. But what he fixed?
He has broken something else.
Because he fixed that one, he can't carry problem. Now the water pressure is low. So call this one. Once you call that one,
the day you fix your inverter, the day you need to fix your inverter and there's lights, you just say, "Bah, the transformer has exploded."
Look, and I'm just like, all these things are not meant to be. This stop gaps are not meant to be a solution. Genuinely. Do you know what we're doing? We're doing the equivalent of saying you can't afford a car. Don't worry, just ride your scooter to work.
Yeah.
That's literally what Nigeria. And then you're getting upset that the wheel of the scooter is not something. Bro, it was not meant to. And I'm just like, this is a light. When I lived abroad, I saw my landlord once.
I never saw my landlord.
And it was that
ever.
He had no business.
There was already something wrong with my boiler. It wasn't actually something wrong with the boiler. I just had to open it and flip a switch, but there was nothing actually wrong with it. I saw that man once and I lived there for over a year. And I'm just like, this is not normal. This one of, you think you because you've given up hope entirely in the system, everybody in their little silos, they want to say, no, I have a guy, once you touch it, he'll never come back again. Oh yeah, now. It was so irritating to me this entire weekend. I was like, this is not a way to live. And mind you, it's now more expensive than whatever you think.
Actually, honestly,
people think NEPA is expensive.
Diesel.
I'm like, this thing is never, all these problems we have.
In my life, I didn't think I'll be monitoring diesel level.
I didn't think I'll be monitoring my ACUs. When I was doing my hair, because it was supposed to be like a collab, right? So I was like, okay, I have to have my big light on so that they can really get proper angles. I was now doing lights, AC, AC, one on, one off, because I was like, I can't afford this.
Yeah. And every time we complain about these things, I always sit down and remember my friends. I'm like, wow, well off.
Look. I don't think we should even get into that conversation.
We're well off.
I do think I'll start crying.
Dragging. Why did you leave this AC on?
Yeah.
We're dragging. Nobody's in the kitchen. Why is the light on? And I'm just like, you guys were well off. Like, we're doing okay.
Like, we're okay.
But if I get home and nobody's at home and I'm seeing an AC fan, I can explode. Because I'm like, which one is this?
Yeah.
When did the unit get to 9?
It's always so much more expensive. Like, everything. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Like today, again, we had the same thing. So everybody, one person is calling on that person, another person. And I was just thinking, the aim of this thing is to feel like it seems like there's no hope in the actual power grid providing power. So let's try and figure out all the solutions. And you're doing collaboration with the solution. It's not as if we only have one thing. We have like 2 or 3 options. And it just doesn't make any sense at all. It's so frustrating.
And the truth, honestly, is we live in a country where, especially on this path, nobody's even trying.
Yeah, there's nobody
that is looking to sort it out for you.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating.
And so you're in a place where you constantly have to be hustling more because you cannot save your way out of what's happening in Nigeria now. Inflation has carried the whole thing. Where even if you're earning more,
you're technically earning less.
Yeah, you're earning less. So I'm just like, I don't know how anyone is doing it, because sometimes you try and maybe hire people and they ask for a certain number and it feels like it's high until you start thinking,
how much does it cost for them to get here every day? How much does it cost them to do this work? School fees.
How will you? I know how much it costs me to eat. How will you eat? But then I'm like, but I can't afford this amount, even though this is the amount that is realistic. So the whole thing is just...
It's very frustrating.
Bro, the whole thing is just a hot
mess. I was thinking about it this
morning.
I was very, very irritated. I was like, this is not a way to live, really. Like, you can't... This is not a way to think. The amount of manpower and the hours spent and this is not like how figuring out these things is just not a way.
The psychological load that we have, and we're now also decent human beings. So you do consider things like a living wage for everybody that works for you, that is your staff. You consider that. So, for example, we live in a building, so there's a lot of families there, and you'll see drivers, and I'll go down, if I'm going out at night, I leave the house 11, 12, and I'm seeing people sleeping outside. And I consider that for me to be an affront. Like, I genuinely am like, you people will wake up tomorrow and be wondering why somebody's driver did something crazy. But look at...
They're on the floor.
Exactly. And we are decent enough people that those are things you take into consideration before you hire, before you work with somebody, before you... take somebody on, because they are in fact your dependent. They are in fact part, like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I view people like that as my family. This is an extension of my family. So you have to also take care of everything. You have to make sure that they're okay. And it's so difficult when you can't take care of you because the country is so harsh.
Bro,
right? It's not hard. It is harsh.
It's becoming a bit, because now, on top of all that, you now have to wonder or worry about if you even be safe doing this or that. Like the number of one of my aunties was supposed to go to, I think it was Ibadan the other day, and she was like, for the first time in her life, she's like, I'm not sure.
You guys know, like,
and she was like, it always sounds funny because, especially, well, so people in Lagos, we always feel like,
wow, unique, Abby.
Wow, very unique.
Unique bunch.
Feel like nothing do us. All these stories of things.
It's very much knocking at our front door.
It's historical. Just imagine me thinking that I can't go to an event in Ibadan.
But it's historical because even during Nigeria's Civil War, Ambers were rocking off in Lagos.
They were playing.
Children were dying.
I always ask my parents what they were doing. They were watching missiles fly.
Yes.
They were playing.
I recently was like, I was really embarrassed by how little I knew about Nigerian history and Nigerian political history, to be specific. So I went on a journey. I'm still on that journey to learn more about it, and I'm reading books. And one of the things I've been doing is asking my parents, my aunties, my uncles, grandparents, like, what was your experience during that time? What was it like? Because I think you can read so much, but primary evidence, like people who actually lived through it, is so important. That's one thing I don't think we're very good at, is actually saving like people's historical accounts. But a lot of stories are very much like, we were at school, we were doing this, we were doing
my
that.
dad chose to go to...
like, we were at war.
Yeah, my dad chose to go to the University of Nsukka and to the UNN, and he went to the Enugu campus, I think. And it was there he told me he understood for the first time, because he was a teenager, so he was about 17, I think, the effects of war long term, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of his classmates were slightly older than him, and that was still a second order effect of the war. But they also spoke about it like it happened last week, right? Because some of them are children, some of them were teenagers, and so they had a very different understanding and an experience of. And his family lived in Lagos, and the closest thing that happened at the time was one of their neighbors ran away from Lagos and had property.
Okay.
So my granddad collected his rents.
Okay.
And so in case the man came back, so when he came back, he gave it to him. But that was like the most children that they were very, very aware of. And it's very, I don't know, there's an attitude, and I think the Nigerian government understands something really well about human psyche, which is that people are resilient to a fault. It's not specific to Nigerians, actually. Yeah. It's a lot of corporations do it as well, where you try and wait out people's righteous indignation, their fear, their anger. You kind of wait it out till they start living with it. And once they've lived with something the first time, you can continue.
There's like an inbuilt apathy. It works for you if you're the person that is not doing the thing.
Yes, if it's your job to fix a problem. So for instance, it's like as a kid, a privileged example would be like, the AC or fan in your room stops working. And you've told your parents a couple of times. If they wait you out for 2 weeks, you get accustomed to the heat, right? So they can just leave it. And I think that's a function of insecurity in Nigeria.
That I think is what we do deal with the most, where the road is bad, there's no lights, there's no electricity, there's no transportation, and they've just ignored you for so long. They're like, I'm just gonna have to find a solution myself. I'll get the solar panels because there's no light.
I'll travel with Mopo. I'll fly. I won't drive. We'll shift the events. We'll bring it closer.
You don't even expect to get any response. And when they do respond, it was funny. I saw someone was saying that honestly, there have been so many kidnapped or kids that were missing that it just feels like, there's another one again. Yeah. There's another one again today that you kind of can't keep track.
America is suffering from this now. Yeah. Where it's like with, this is rather deep, but with school shootings, it's like the first one happened,
everybody was enraged.
It's horrible. Second one happened, more uproar. Third one happened. Fourth, now there's a count on it. Yeah. Why it's like every year, 200?
It's crazy.
But another thing, I'm like, how is nothing happening?
But there's another thing. that I find interesting. Not interesting. That's the wrong word. Something I've been thinking about is, how do you get to the point that you don't care what happens to children? I think it's like a mental, I think it's like a degradation of your psyche on like a very terrible level.
If you give into it.
Have you ever been in a country where you've gotten an Amber Alert before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I shock you.
You'll be wondering that also, you guys hear about somebody who go missing.
Even you that you're a visitor, you just see on your phone, brr, brr, brr. I say,
no, it happened to me, but I've been living in America for some time. I just moved on with my day.
I couldn't, no, the first time I said
so much that
a child is missing. They'll say last seen 2 hours ago.
The child's
picture. I said,
because your battery will die.
FK, please.
No, they can't do it here. Your battery will die.
No,
think about it. They actually cannot
and
do
on
it
average,
here.
like they
your
find
battery, because first of all, if they say they kidnapped 100 people, they'll send that picture and their name. By the time they get to number 59, your battery has died. There's too much going. And then I saw somebody that was meant to be NSA saying that they are getting forest rangers.
Yeah. 1,000 forest rangers.
Volunteer forest rangers.
Volunteer.
Like not volunteer, but they're not current
trained.
army or military personnel. They're forest rangers.
From us people.
From the community. To be trained, right, to be in the forest looking for. I said, so all the DSS, NSA, everybody that we have.
They should take those people on Falmouth Bridge. I like to stop your car. Send them to the forest.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you are right, but it's I think it's something where faked helplessness by the government is so interesting in that Nigerians are guy men by instinct.
Yeah.
As in, we're born with, the nature of the country means you are born with to be sharp.
Yeah.
Right? But it's almost like we act like, Ijoba, like once the government says something, Nigerians address what the government says at face value, almost like we don't know that they are guying us. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
so they'll say, the Nigerian government will say,
a snake ate all this money.
It's difficult to, no, snake, that one is even far. Or they say something like, that bush is very big. And then I remember that during NSAS, they knew how to find everybody.
I was about to say that during NSAS, I was receiving records of my phone conversations. I said, you guys have time.
Actually, that's a very...
to be tracking...
Interesting, I want to ask you about
TikTok. You are tracking like 15 babes. That's what people were using your life to do.
Bandits
you
on
were telling
TikTok.
me who I spoke to. That year, they told me that I stopped talking to journalists, give me terrible advice.
It's not funny, but I genuinely, because I remember during NSAS, we were there. I remember literally you guys being like, if you know where they are, quiet, don't say anything about FK, you guys.
I was just like, you guys have been looking, you know exactly how to investigate.
No, so the Nigerian government is I'm convinced that they are intentionally being dull.
Oh, for sure.
You don't know what,
because it's only them new.
Let me explain something to you. I think there is something about having very low, again, because we don't have a lot of structure in the country. We assume that means they are absolutely inept.
Yeah.
Someone I know wrote an NSA exam. When he explained to me, he said so they take you somewhere to write the exam. He said in the process of getting there, he made up his mind in the bus that he's going to fail this exam. Yeah. Because that was when he realized the capacity of the Nigerian intelligence, like the Nigerian Intelligence Agency and intelligence apparatus. And I think, again, because the country is so broken down, we treat everything like, these people are just bumbling fools. They don't know what they are doing.
The same.
It's like you, and I always want to say this, if you are somebody in your home with no security training, no real political awareness, you can come up with this. Do you think that these men and women with hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And, global institutions and at their beck and call. Do you think they don't hear these ideas? Do you know what I'm saying? You sit down and say, what do you mean? Sometimes it also gives you a bit of a boost. Nigerians will be arguing. I'm saying, you think you have like all these unique ideas. Is it hard? Just call Airtel. Where are these towers? If it's pinging by this tower, that means you can circulate where they are.
You think you're the only one person that has watched movies that knows how they circulate. That knows how to circulate.
You think governors don't know how to do these things? So I think for me, recently, I just been thinking.
Go and steal from them first.
Bro!
You see that they've circulated your own tower.
Forget steal from there. Like they robbed our house when we first moved into it.
Yeah.
I could not believe the way they found those guys. No. That was the day that I told my life that anything that's happening in this country
is intentional.
Don't worry. They just don't think that these things are important enough yet.
During people that made WhatsApp flyers, they went to arrest them in their homes. As in, they traced who made. I'm telling you. So all these things, as in, I said the Aarons that they arrested. What was his crime? He made a poster.
Yeah.
He made a poster and he was sharing it on WhatsApp. They went to his door.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that the only silver lining we have to this hardship is that Nigerians are so funny.
Bro, we are not so lie. The
funny.
Apocalypse will come and we will go down laughing.
Yeah, 100%.
We will
spend the beginning
when the apocalypse comes.
I'm making noise.
We will actually. We will actually go down
because I've done that exact thing before. That you know that why that thing made me laugh. I've done that exact. I'm making noise, Abi. I've done that exact thing.
Okay, so watch me.
Yes,
watch.
And it's such a Nigerian thing. It's such a Nigerian thing. When your parents say, "Oh, I'm shouting at you, Abi." It's such a Nigerian thing.
I remember the first time that, as in, it's very Nigerian to like, okay, maybe we're having Ribena now. And your parents say you should not have. I say you are going to have. Next thing, there's a carton of Ribena. Should you want Ribena?
You will drink that thing.
You will be too drinking. I was you are not crying with the
before I count to 50.
And I'm like, you guys, this is so funny. Actually, somebody went to buy. I saw a video again that went to buy a leopard print that in case anybody attacks us, let him do as if he's in Amoteku.
I saw a video of a guy.
I said, are you insane? He was like, is this not their uniform?
I saw
they have that.
Yeah, the leopard prints.
So he bought his own now, in case of anything.
He also act like he's in Amoteku.
Oh my God.
They will shoot him. I saw a video of a guy that Nigerians are actually so...
They're hilarious people.
We're so knocked. And then we also have like very little... But I do think it's because if you don't
laugh, you cry.
Yeah, if you don't find a way to cope, you actually become...
You will.
Like very, very...
It sounds like I must say, but if you look at too many things about Nigeria in a day, it's bad for your health.
Yeah. Yes, that's what the insensitivity to like terrible things is. Like... Yeah. If you look at this thing so many times, you have to find the humor in it. Like, I remember who I was talking to about it, where they were like, oh, how do you feel? And I was like, it was you. We have to laugh.
Okay, yes.
It was like, genuinely, if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry.
The other day I saw, like, when they announced that in the APC primary, there were 10 million votes, I burst into laughter. I said, because what can you do about...
Did you say no?
Look, I said, when you whine people to a point that...
No, the announcement was still good. Did you see them counting?
No.
1, 2, 3, 11, 1,200, 1,850. I swear. No, you guys have actually... No, I'm not shitting you. They got to 100 and the next guy said 180, 250, 370. I couldn't, I could not believe what I was seeing. Like one, like, fake me, he literally did 180, 30. Wait, what? Sorry, can we put on this fan for you too? She's too hot.
The light.
I was just like, no, we've started on a, and this is why I actually hate elections. I hate it.
Same.
Because you start seeing things that you've never seen before in your life.
That you don't need to see.
There's a level of foolery that goes on.
Quick question. What do you guys think about how much pressure or what the expectations are for celebrities and like religious leaders to say something? Like, what do you think? What do you guys think about that in general?
I think religious leaders is 100% valid.
Yeah.
And very, very important. Celebrities, I'm like, I think we need to please. Mm-hmm. Please, guys.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like they shouldn't? Or
no,
they should?
I just think that it's a bit... So this person is popular for the outfits that they wear. I don't know which stance they have. No,
I guess it doesn't matter.
It can matter.
So it doesn't matter, but like,
always, if you speak up, good for you, good on you. But if you don't, there is a thing of like, because I'm like, the anger that you have, this is actually not where it is directed. They have a level of influence, but I don't actually think it is.
Those parts, don't smudge.
I don't actually think it is to the way that, like, for some people, yes, because there's an expectation, but when you do it across the board, it starts to become a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And then what happens is people now start saying these like random words that don't mean anything. All of a sudden, go come there, I'm calling on the Kineko to take action.
My heart is heavy in this time because I don't know how we're living right now.
I'm calling on everybody involved to take action. Like how? Like how?
I think...
And I'm like, it's you people that caused this thing.
I do think there's a small... I expect the people I follow and I pay attention to have an opinion. Because to be moderate or to not have to be apolitical in this society
makes no sense.
Is to be stupid.
It's silly.
It's to be silly.
It's actually silly.
So I don't even mind. So like, let's use America as an example because that's more extreme. And I don't want to talk about Nigeria because I'm just not educated enough. I don't want to make a fool of myself.
I don't mind fooling. That's my hobby.
Yeah.
If you look at America, if somebody that I follow comes out as MAGA, I have a position. Let me be moving on my way.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel the same in Nigeria. When I
let
realize
me just know where you
that
stand.
people are pro APC, I'm always like, thank you so much for this information.
So, I agree
let
with
me
you
know
guys.
where you stand. Let me go on my way. But to say nothing, I don't know. It's a cop out.
So here's the thing: if you're somebody who gets money, acclaim from the general public, specifically you interface with the public, then you should understand that fundamentally what affects the public affects you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if people are, let me give you a very good example. We had like lots of plans, like, let's do a uni tour. The economics of doing a uni tour this year, as opposed to, our first tickets for ourselves were 4,000 naira.
Yeah. How much are they now?
Can't do that.
It's
anymore.
impossible. Well, last tickets for 20 something.
And at 4,000 naira, people ate.
We gave people
drank.
small chops.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we want to do it, but it can never happen.
Now imagine Fakemi and I now saying, like, we're not political people.
Like,
your audience is suffering.
Yeah.
Like every day, your audience is talking about how fuel prices are affecting them, about like what inflation is doing, how their children are being turned into dollars because the JAMB score is going lower, and how they don't have options. And even if now they get into school, they can't go anymore because Nigeria visas are banned. You can't be apolitical because the people who you entertain or who you engage with are being affected by things. And I think that's something that's very difficult for Nigerian artists and politicians to understand. The second thing is that globally, people revere politicians and rich people too much.
Yes.
And so what happens is people want to maintain relationships.
Oh, it's always like you don't want to burn the bread.
Because of the proximity. Look, a lot of proximity to money is with the government.
Yeah.
Yes. If not all.
No matter how you skin it, in Nigeria, there's a level of money that I am making somebody in the government is
involved.
Just don't worry. So the thing is, for a lot of people, there is like this neutrality you want to maintain, which, like you're saying, if you're public facing, is bullshit. But honestly, there's some other people that I'm like,
there's no need.
There's no need.
You know who does a really good job?
I don't agree for like religious leaders.
No,
I don't
100%.
Because you are actually a person that is meant to move culture and society forward.
The thing is, you're calling, and I don't know if you want to include this, but some of the religious leaders you're talking about are not religious people.
They're part of the...
Yeah, they're literally not... Exactly, they're performers. They are not religious people.
I do think another thing, and I hope people don't take this the wrong way, is I've noticed that Nigerians like to abdicate emotional and social responsibility from themselves as individuals. Okay. And so the idea is that if I shout at my pastor, once my pastor makes a statement, no matter how vague or keenly, I've done my civic duty. And if I push my favorite musician or favorite actress to make a video or tweet something, there's a sense of helplessness that means that we think if we push our responsibility to somebody more public facing, we've really done something here, right? And let me give you an example. If I have access to my local government chairman, and I call him and I say, I'm really unhappy with what is going on here, and blah, 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 blah. He will apologize to me personally. He might maybe do something on my street to appease me. But what that does is he's also gotten some type of buy-in from
you and anybody you talk to. And tell
if you
about
notice, the Nigerian government and governments all around the world are really good at doing this. Once a celebrity, a pastor makes a speech, the first thing they do is they call you for a meeting. Sometimes if they are a bit more aware of optics, they come to the person to be like, hey, I just really want us to have a conversation about this. What they are trying to do is co-opt access. So what they've done is by having that meeting, having that conversation, you now have a sense of kinship with this person. And so in future, you have to call them.
Yeah,
you can't publicly.
It becomes difficult.
It becomes different and difficult. So sometimes when we're having these, I don't think Nigerians realize just how important it is for them to show their own.
But you know what? Something you can do, and someone like Adesua does it really, really well. Even if you don't necessarily want to come out with your opinion, and this is to celebrities and other public-facing people, even if you don't want to come out with an opinion, the very least you can do is educate people.
There are facts.
At the very least, and like I said, Adesua does this very, very well. She will give you the facts on every single side. Regardless of how she feels. I mean, you can tell from like maybe her tone or approach how she feels, but the point is like, this person did this, that person did this. The biggest thing, like look at something as small as healthcare or infrastructure or education. This is what all the different candidates have said about those topics. Even if I don't want to give you my opinion on it, who I'm going to vote for, where I stand. But at the very least, if you're because I do think that if you have a platform, like, I could be controversial, I could be wrong, but I think if you have a platform, you owe it to your people who are following you, things that impact them to have a say about it. I don't care if you're fashion,
I agree,
shoes,
to be honest,
or makeup.
All right, hello boys and girls.
Hello everybody.
Hello. As the summer is coming, we need to get our money up.
Exactly.
Okay? So we have partnered with our friends Busha. And they are having a savings challenge.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what you're going to do to be able to join our little savings challenge.
Yep. Open a Busha account. Yes. Right? Then create a savings challenge. And because our own is always different, do you know what you're going to call it?
Yeah.
You're going to call it Big Money, Small Problems.
In Jesus' name. If you don't call it that, you're not part of our challenge. So when you set up your savings profile in the Busha app, which you've downloaded by now, you will call it Big Money, Small Problems.
And consistently, not that you try and be sharp, then in December, you just put on big money.
No.
Over time, every month, set a target, put money in there little by little. When you spend money, let's say you thought something was 300K, you get there is 270. Don't spend the 30, throw it inside that place.
Inside. If you want to do weekly, if you want to do monthly, if you want to automate your savings, you can do that. And every month, Busha is going to be rewarding people who are consistent in their savings.
Exactly.
It's not about just putting big money there on one day so you think you can game the system. No. It is about who is consistently saving from June till December.
I don't know what you guys are going to be saving for, but I'm actually going to be saving for my December Faji. So when I collect that money,
I know that when you see me outside in December, you know that the money is guilt-free that I am spending. And if you just downloaded Busha, or if you are just about to download the Busha app, don't forget to use the referral code ISWIS so that people will continue to support your girls.
Yeah. So see you in our Big Money, Small Problems Savings Challenge.
Bye.
Bye. I recently made a video about being willing to sell feet pictures because money is important.
Okay, I put a poll in our group about OnlyFans the other day.
What did they say?
All of them said they would do it.
She said if it could be anonymous.
No, let me tell you.
My current condition, $350 per, oh baby.
Let me tell you about the time I actually started a feet picture Instagram page.
Huh? Do you mean there's a lot I'm learning about you?
Yes. The thing is, I do live a very eclectic, interesting life. And I do things just quietly. And then I'll come back and tell you later.
Did you start the feet picture?
Yeah.
Are you earning?
So let me walk you through it. So I started the page. It was called Feet Beats 69 or something like that.
Right, random.
Yeah, super random. And I had like like a whole grid, like 12 pictures of my feet and my toes.
How often were you doing like painting and pedicures?
Like the thing about it is, if you change your like little toe rings and stuff like that, you can use like one pedicure. The issue came now when people reached out, they wanted to pay, and I was like, there's no way for me to hide my name. So do you know what? I just had free pictures. I didn't collect any money.
No, you could have.
But there was, at the time, there was no way for me to have gotten the money.
OnlyFans.
There was no way. My name would have been
Cash
there.
App.
Oh.
My name would have been right there. They would have known exactly who I was.
That Cash App would have
This
done
is a
gone for
shame.
you.
I know.
Don't you have friends that were in A-levels or uni?
I didn't. Somebody said he would give me. Somebody said he would have given me $100 for a picture of my armpits, just like 2 weeks post shave.
So and when the hair is just.
No, 2 weeks is not. No, 2 weeks.
No. He meant that's what he meant. He wanted like a little.
When you're about to
like a little
wax
something
again.
in my hair. That's what he was looking for.
The truth of the matter is, with the way things are going
today,
like
my full government.
And also, I just need you to understand that I've been listening to a podcast called Only Fantasy. Definitely listen to it. It's just talking about all the different ranges of like experiences on OnlyFans. Blah, blah. It's nothing like gory or there's no deep. People are just telling you. But what you realize is there are a lot of niches. Okay?
There are so many niches.
There are niches that don't even involve sexual activity.
It's the one that you're insulting the man.
One person is a niche. She squishes fruit on the ground, like with her legs, or she sits on it, like, so she'll sit like the orange will like.
Why are you
she squishes peaches, she squishes or like she's walking on grapes. They really love the squishing. And it has all the sound and everything. Yeah. And that's all she does. She doesn't even have a picture that has her face or even most of her body in it. It's just this using her hands and feet to squish fruit. And watermelon is her most popular.
That one, I can't understand
She has to jump on it. And men love this. The second thing I learned from this podcast is that there are jobs called chatters.
Yes.
So for creators who have many subscribers that want to talk to them every day. So if you have like 40,
you should just be your friend.
If you have like 40 people on your like subscribe to talk to you daily. Obviously, you can't talk to all of them. You now hire me, pay me $25 an hour. Me, I go come to young them.
Yep.
As you just tell me all the things that you have in your mind. And I'll say, ooh, baby. Me, I'll not be saying, when they now ask me something I don't know, I'll quickly message you. How far? Then, if they request something custom, I'll quickly ask you that. Can you send them this video quickly? Now. This is what we talked about. And then they keep records of like, so one of the chatters is saying they keep records and they'll put it like in their AI, whatever they're using. And so if you ask a question and they don't remember, they can quickly reference. But that some people have 200 people talking to them every day. But it's literally a team of people in India.
Stop it, sorry.
So now they're outsourcing. I thought Nigerians can't do this like mad.
There's a video.
No, it's just that Nigerians, our own approach is a bit rough.
I put that video up on I put that video up on my stories before. One babe, I think through like social media, so she started following one white man. For them to communicate, see problem. You see? What are you doing?
I think I saw that video. Oh my God.
I feel it today. The guy will say, sorry, what? Her friend was dying. Her friend was dying in the background. She was cracking
up. What I'm saying. But listen, you people, the other youth, you can have this job. I'm telling you the truth. If I see you just on your phone typing now, will I think that, typing to Johnny 212 in Wyoming? I won't think so. Would I think that Johnny has asked you to be his girlfriend for the day? I don't know what you're discussing. But if you convert $25 an hour to that, please, come on. And so now what's happening is people are setting up agencies like in other countries to say, oh, these Americans, you have to pay 25. Okay. Pay us 12.
I have a thing to say. It is so crazy how much the hunt for like sexual gratification by men is such a crazy industry.
Yeah.
Like they will pay for pleasure at almost any cost. And
not even just pleasure, they'll pay for pain.
Anything. It's so interesting. It's like, how did you guys ever watch that documentary on Netflix about what was that websites where married
Ashley
people
Madison.
And then at the end they found out that there were less than 100 women on that
the whole
site.
Thing. So men were just talking to
men were just talking to bots and talking to each other and talking to people on the team, because men will go to extreme lengths to tickle that part of their brain that has a fantasy or for sexual pleasure. It is so like OnlyFans. There's the sexual aspect, yes, but when you find out how much people, there's a book I was reading where one of her things she used to do was it was never anything physical. She was like she would turn on men who got pleasure from being insulted.
Yes, this is Iggy Azalea's niche.
Iggy,
she makes
fancy.
She's making millions insulting the men.
Really?
Yes. You can request voice notes.
You guys, Fekemi said that this is what she wants to do. John now said God forbid. Now don't those men know how to say, so you won't say God forbid.
As I said, John, you can't be on this platform. Because
just say that why would somebody be insulting me? Why would somebody be telling me that I'm very stupid? God forbid.
That's what Iggy does.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to check, but the last time that I saw it, her niche was something interesting. Like, you can pay for a voice note for her to abuse you. So you'll say your weakness, like, oh, I'm shit at my job, and then she'll
go in.
So men are deriving deep pleasure from. But the thing I found most interesting to discover is that by far the most popular things that are happening on OnlyFans, non-sexual things, is this girlfriend experience thing where you can pay somebody for 3 days to talk to you like your girlfriend.
Have you seen the people who use ChatGPT for that?
I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
But if you pay me to talk to you like I'm your girlfriend, you actually start crying. Because when they come in me, I say, what?
No, you can't do this job. But a guy was saying that
how much money? You could do the job for a certain amount of money.
Jola, you might do
I don't like
job,
men being happy.
Okay, see, this takes me in. All of this is because there's that lonely epidemic.
That's the thing.
They are lonely.
So guys on this thing were saying that they talk to the person that they think. They're not even sure if it's actually the real person or not at this point. But one of them was saying that the last time he saw anyone in person was last July when his daughter and her husband came to visit him because he was having surgery.
Okay.
Since then, he has not had a visitor in his house. But he has spent $43,000 talking to this girl.
But the thing is,
he talks to her. I just want to understand what I'm saying. He paid for a custom video for her to do for him 7 minutes, $1,000. As he's saying to him,
the problem is so much bigger.
How are you?
No, by the time we get to minute 3, I'll say, my brother, is he up to this?
Maybe you really can't do this job.
What I'm finding is that if we go into this industry, Jola cannot make. Demi will discuss. Jola cannot make it.
Just say, my brother, there's somebody. You have a friend in Jesus. Like, what? It's not this.
No, but do you know that I promise you, there's one Nigerian woman on OnlyFans trying to convert people. The first picture is hi, Lord. The second picture. Do you know somebody called Jesus?
So $1,000.
Jola, $1,000 for a 7-minute video of you being their girlfriend.
Okay, if you can, the first problem is anything that involves video.
No, so forget the video, but their voice notes as well.
$1,000
This baby's selling 1 minute voice notes for $150.
Hey,
do the voice notes. Do the voice notes. The guy.
I'm the guy. I'll be the guy. Hey, let me be the guy. You be the guy.
1 minute as his baby.
Hi, Jola.
So now you're checking in on hers. Yeah, as in he's your guy.
Let's go. Ready? Action. Hi, Jola.
Go.
Good afternoon. Okay.
No, Jola. No. Dead ass today. I'll give you $100 if you can do this for a minute.
Oh yeah, 1 minute. Go.
Hi, Jola.
Hey, baby.
How are you?
No, you have to talk his day. She's sending you a voice. No, you have to send it to him to make his day.
Okay. Oh, baby. I was just thinking about you. I know you said you are going to the office. Wow. like genuinely, you guys, I don't know how to explain it. It's just that because in general, like every time I say this, people used to find it funny when I would say this thing.
You generally don't like men.
No, not that I don't like them, but when I was much younger. And I would meet like multiple, so like, you know how like would come to Lagos and you go and meet many guys. You know that one of like maybe 6 people have messaged you like, hey, how far, what are you up to? I would choose 2. Okay. Like the rest is just
for the love of the game.
Oh, no.
I do agree, Jola. Like I don't have the stamina or energy.
I'm making 6 different men.
I don't have the stamina or energy.
For the love of the game.
I can do the game for like 2.
Personally, for the love of the game, you have to just respond.
Do you know that
how will you have experience? How will you know what people are saying out there? That's why I can't do this voice note.
I feel like I had enough experience.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it.
I can do this.
So you people don't think I can do, oh, baby.
You just said that.
Why you even just
Jola,
said it
you
now?
literally said, oh, I heard you're going to the office. Wow.
Is it not voice notes? Okay. What will I now? Okay, wait.
Hey, how's your day? How you doing? Oh my gosh, did you wear the blue shirt you told me about? That looks so good on you. Have you considered wearing these shoes? Oh my god, the other day I watched this TikTok that was so funny.
You were saying I woke up thinking about you. You sent me this picture.
I said it now.
When did you say what did you say?
I said I'm thinking. And the funny thing is, I'm so romantic.
I believe you.
I believe you.
I just have to like you.
The truth is, I know, but I don't think she can tell.
That's the problem.
On,
so this was the issue I had when I was dating, where it was like, guys would want to do romantic things, and I'd be like, ew, don't touch me. Ew. But then, so I didn't like you.
So the challenge is like, because I just enjoy the general, like laughing and whining.
You guys, since we're here already, someone was telling me a story about how he was trying to get, so he saw something about somebody trying to get intimate with his babe, and she was like lackluster.
Yeah.
So he shook her shoulders and said, participate. So maybe it was like kissing her cheek, kissing her neck. She shook her shoulders and said, participate.
Do you
know the funny thing is that I would start laughing.
One time in uni, God, I told my parents not to watch this podcast, yeah. One time in uni, this guy, okay, so he came over to my room, cool. Anyways, he falls asleep. It's time to go home. And he was like, what? And I was like, no.
Did you like him?
Yes. And I was like, no, it's bedtime. Like, I go to bed at like 10 p.m., so, please leave. And he was like, but I was already sleep. Like he was snoring. And I was like, no, this is not sleepover house. I literally hate
presumed falling asleep.
Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, it was manipulative.
You have to be polite.
Why did you fall asleep in my house?
I was about to judge you, and I remember something from my first year.
You have to be polite and ask me.
Can I sleep here?
My first year in uni, somebody came to my room, slept on. He was trying to be slick. Slept on my bed.
Are you rude?
Packed my things and left my room. I went to stay. My friend was in another. So
you even left your room.
Our uni was like a college system. So I left Hartfield. I went to Castle. I said, Maya, open your door. I'll be a musician. She was like, Jola, are you crazy?
Yeah, that's what my friend said to me too.
Yeah,
why did you wake him up? I was like, because he was sleeping in my bed.
I don't have any shame. People have had to drop me at home 3:30 a.m. Oh, aren't you staying here? I have a home. Please, I'm from somewhere. If they wake up, they don't see me at home, there's going to be serious issue. My friend, drop me. So which one is, am I sleeping here?
In retrospect, it's always obvious that you didn't like someone as much. At the time, you always feel like, oh, I liked him. Then even in retrospect, you're like,
to begin with, it was just a turn off. But like,
so this is a thing I can't do.
Right.
Well, if you don't like someone's name,
there's somebody that was known to me that when I found out, so I knew the nickname. When I found out his real name,
Sober.
I don't know how to explain it.
Can a name turn someone off that bad?
Yes.
I've never.
Yeah, what was? Sorry, I have to even check what his name.
I remember I put it in my group
chat to be like,
am I being funny?
And everybody was like, yeah, I'm not being.
Oh my God.
The people that I asked, I first asked Sherman, which was
that was the first mistake, quite francely. But when I was dating in America, it was hard because you date Nigerian men in America who can't pronounce their own names. I had to call him his nickname. Till today, I refer to him as his nickname.
Because he doesn't know how to pronounce his own name?
I just didn't like hearing it from his mouth. Quite frankly, I just tell him to keep quiet.
Anyway, I can't remember the name, but it was bad. And I remember I just had, and the thing is, before now, so we had met somewhere. And so he collected my number, blah, blah, and we were meant to go for dinner the next night. And so it was in the talking after I go home. I was like, what is your name, by the way? And I just said, why will I be asking stupid questions?
Yeah.
Which one is, what's your name? Why do I need to know his name? And I was just so upset because I'm like, had it been I went for this date now without this name, would have moved forward.
Would we?
No, names.
So I now started thinking, how soon is it to like ask if he has a middle name that I can then try and make a thing? So like all of us will call you.
I can't lie, I would have done it immediately after.
Wait, and but I have done things that are like if someone did it to me. So I remember I met a guy and he was like, we should go for dinner, and I was like, you're gonna have to cut all your hair off.
Are you crazy?
I showed you now.
No.
I was like, your hairline, this cannot work. You're gonna have to go bald.
Yeah, some guys have told me things I said to them after the fact, and I was like, yeah,
you're gonna have to go. Like for this to work. Was wild. I was like, look, I met you
under 25.
So let me tell you the challenge.
No, how old were we at the time?
This was last year, Jola.
Oh,
I met him at Dosuzwe. I met him in his villa.
Oh dear.
Okay, you told me the story.
I met him in his villa.
Villa, baseball cap.
He then sent
hoodies.
He sent me.
Yeah.
So he was claiming to be working out and doing pull-ups. So he said we should go out. And I said if he does 30 or had some random number. So he put his camera and recorded the pull-ups. That's when I saw the hairline.
So you cut up all his hair?
So I first said to him that like, do you know who I find really attractive?
Yeah,
Stop
bald
it.
men. And he was like, he now said, say what you're trying to say. I said, the thing is, I genuinely think that if you went bald, you'd be so much finer than you are. I was like, okay, fine, boy. But and the thing is, we went on 4 dates that week. In all those days, she was wearing a cap.
Oh, no, man.
So I hadn't seen it. And so I was like, the thing.
So he clearly knew.
I was like, you can't wear a hat to this.
Like he had a suspicion.
I was like, you can't wear a cap to this thing. But like, I now said, what you need to know is that I promise you, even you, when I react to you having shaved this head, you'll be happy. He went to the barber, sent me a video, and I was
cute.
right.
Cute. Did she marry him? No.
But he's enjoyed it now. I saw the fully. This is still shaving his head. Money, why did you grow it back? Only. He's a thief.
No, but it's cute. Like, even if you're impacting a man is to upgrade him exactly for another woman, I think that's cute.
I think that's cute. But that was honestly the first thing. I was like, to be sincere with you, this cannot work.
Maybe a man needs help.
But the truth is, if a man said that to me.
I just remembered a friend of mine who is bald as a baby. Mind you, we were not even close at this time. Like, we were not close friends. So I was looking at her head. Because I was bald at the time. I was looking at her head. She was like, Jola, is anything on my head? I said, no, but I want to ask you something intimate. And I asked her if men lick her head. She said, you'll be shocked. The number that is what they are here for. Because also the shape of her head is very, I don't know, she has a very nicely shaped head.
Man,
I really understand what I'm supposed to be thinking next.
I don't know.
Like, I really don't know where to go next to this information.
Wait, let me tell you. The point of what we're saying is that there are a lot of niches in OnlyFans.
Yeah, this babe
is definitely wasting her potential.
So they like it too.
No, but the thing about this babe is that she will have to physically meet them.
No, somebody else can lick it and they'll send the video.
Oh, please.
No, but they want the sensation.
No, I'm telling you. People are acting out what other people are asking them to do with their husbands. Like one babe, people will make a request, her husband will do it.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's like they'll request, they want to see this, her husband will do it for them.
Okay.
And record it and
I
send
think
them.
that's fair enough. It's your husband now.
I think that
she was not saying that when she was on her second child, like at night, she'll go and do videos and her husband will be with baby. I just thought to rishi. There's so many things going on.
I think we're sinning so much now that Jesus, God, they are so busy forgiving sins. That's why global warming is the way it is.
Telling you.
That's abandoned the actual planet to be forgiving all sorts of things.
Because look at where we are now.
I'm sure the line is long. Before you now get to nature, Everybody's tired. To everybody, everybody just like, man.
This was supposed to be a wholesome conversation.
I don't even know how we got to this.
It's Demi.
What did I say?
You. I promise you.
What did I say?
This is very 2017. I said what I said. I thought we had matured past all this.
No, the issue is, and like not to toot my own horn, but I'm actually a fun type.
You are actually.
This is the thing. But anyway, I have a different. I want to ask this question here because I asked it on Sunday.
Please, what's the question?
And the thing is, I went to a mini studio and her brothers are for them because they're very like tame. And I just started asking them so many
questions.
Just dynamic and daft questions. They were just like, what is... I thought it would scar them, but then they told me that they started this podcast, so they are acquainted with the nature of issues. Just random, speaking of sin. On Saturday... on Friday.
Yeah, speaking of sin.
That's what she said. Yes. And I didn't really want to comment on it. I really was
this is in the other direction. Was it on Friday or on Saturday? On Saturday evening, after going to lunch with my mother, I went to Pastor Tolu's worship evening.
Okay.
Oh, it was, I just have to say, 10 over 10.
I'm trying to get her to come on here.
It was phenomenal. Personally, I really I love the way she sings. It was so good. So that's just an aside. She did this worship project thing. It was for me and the other fee were obviously weeping. It was a great time.
I think when you find...
It's a great time.
Not necessarily religious leaders, but people who are spiritual, like that's what I would call it, it really is very moving. And sometimes people will be like, oh, I didn't know you were Christian. It's like, well... Because the way you see Christianity today is very performative. It is in a very specific way. And just because I don't perform it like that, why would you assume I am not? Me and God are close. Buddies, besties, actually. Because when I look at my life, I'm like, no, God has a hand in this whole thing. If you look at my life coming from... I was working a job. I wanted to move into consulting. Somebody said, you're not smart enough for that. And then I went to Imperial College and then got a job in Boston immediately after earning 6 figures. I was like, that's God right there. I mean, my brain too, but God. When I was like, I'm ready. So I don't like to admit this because I don't want to admit that I'm somebody who was actively looking for a relationship. But I did remember saying that, like, I want to be with a Nigerian man and I think I should be in Nigeria for it. And lo and behold, I mean, I got laid off, but I got laid off. Wait, no. I got laid off with 4 months severance.
She said I got laid off.
There's a longer story here. Okay, there's a point. I got laid off with 4 months severance, which meant I could move to Lagos and have money in my pocket that allowed me to pursue content creation. And I met a man before I moved back to Lagos, and now me and him are locked in. All I'm saying is that God had his hand in everything.
I love admitting, because I know so many people that moved to Lagos essentially
and they'll be lying.
They're lying. There's so many opportunities here that nobody has explored. Like which one? Which one only?
Every time, and the one thing is that every time me and Fekemi are talking about this,
this is an untapped market only.
Me and Fekemi now, I said she's looking for magic.
Every time we just hear that somebody has moved back, she's of marriageable.
I specifically said I want to marry a Yoruba man, and I feel like Lagos is the best place to find him. And you know what's really funny is that he didn't live in Lagos at the time. We met in December. I met him on my couch. Here's to say you can meet a man in your house. Don't let your parents lie to you.
It's true.
Okay? Met him on the couch in my house, and we're madly in love.
Love that for you.
And then he moved to Lagos for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
He won't admit it, and I know he's watching this.
Please results may vary.
Yeah. Please, results may vary.
I just want to add that results may vary because I can see some London babe now. They are here. Me too. You can't also do anything though. Just cool down. Nobody's moving anywhere.
I just remember saying like. I was talking to my friend and her husband, and she was talking about how she just kind of like believes in manifesting and like blah, blah, blah. She manifested her relationship. Her husband said, I see where you ended up. Is that the manifest your man? It was so funny. Like, he's such a silly guy. Yeah. He was like, so it's me, this is the best you could be. You sat down with God. You said, oh, this is what my dream is me.
Have you guys ever...
So me,
I'm living my dream.
Really silly friends. And anyway, I would use the attitude because you people know how. Rachel recently exchanged like the unfiltered version of our list
of what you want.
like the real.
I can never share that.
Have you seen my 50 points video?
Not all those things of I want a God-fearing man. So we did it, and one other friend did it as well. And on one of our lists, I want you to be into Christ, but not too much.
No, but there's a version of Nigerian male Christianity that is.
The thing is, it's so
100%.
It's so honest that I'm like, I actually love that we've gotten to a place where I felt so free, because the deepest, darkest nonsense that everything.
I think people lie too much. I saw
people lie.
People lie all the time.
List, I said you've been lying since.
There's a TikTok I saw of a guy that was talking about, and Nigerians are crazy. This guy was talking about how he likes his wife wearing like short skirts. This guy said, because when he balls out to it, you're a wife and a bitch. She said, who is a bitch? I'm not a bitch. I said, okay, so in a bitchy manner. He said, like a bitchy manner. She was just like...
I saw a TikTok last night, and the guy was like, hey, if you're one of those women where when you lie down, your breasts are going to different sides, that's what he's looking for. And I said, correctly.
No, honestly.
Let us know what you want.
The thing is, I encourage you guys to do this thing, but do it with people who genuinely because we made a group for like just to be able to discuss it properly, because
honestly.
we're too many, and we were going through things line by line, just being like, this is you can't actually say this in public. This is very bad.
Oh my God,
like,
this
it's
week
very important.
On our stories, ask babes for the most unhinged. Like,
but
this is my actual spec.
I need you to.
Do you know what one of my really unhinged specs is?
Your spec in your heart of heart. Don't lie.
Don't lie. Don't worry. Your name will not be there. Just
don't lie. There's things that you want that it's just not. It's not peace. It's not polite to say that these are things you want or these are things you don't want, because people will be offended.
Yeah, or people will judge you. It's not the offense, it's the judgment.
But amongst friends, I think you should try it and be free. So now it now made sense, because there were like one or two guys that were like, no wonder you didn't like him. Because all of us were like,
it doesn't make sense.
But I was like, now that I've seen the foolish thing that you are looking for in your life.
There's one person my cousin wanted to hook me up with. Every time I remember, I get so angry.
Why?
I don't know who this girl. That man is so irritating. Guys, as I'm saying it now, he said all over again.
What do you do?
What fuck do you take me for? That you said you know this girl, who fits this girl? This mongrel. So don't believe it. She said that, okay, now I shouldn't, but at the time when she was thinking, she was like, yeah, this will go. I said, I can't imagine having to have an honest, normal conversation with such a human being. So have your friends ever said, they think you would do it with this person, and you are so offended? It's like,
yeah. No, my friends are, well, before, yes, but now we've gotten to a place where we know each other.
In fact, I'm not friends with those people anymore, so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you did have like really harsh friendship breakups. And you were like, no, you seem fairly adjusted.
How was that?
The friendship breakups?
Yeah.
I think there's only one friendship breakup I had that I will beat my chest and say that was all me. I fucked up. I did the wrong thing.
Irredeemable?
I don't think it is, but but I know her so well that I know that it is irredeemable.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad by it. Like till today, if she were to call me and say, you know what? I say I'll kneel down and say thank you, Jesus. Because I miss her so much and I love her so much, but I fucked up in a way that like, because I know who she is, what I did, I knew was not the right thing.
So it's like it can't come back.
Because
I've had friendship breakups when we were young. I wasn't that deep in the grand scheme.
The other friendship breakups that I've had like in my adult life, one of them was, I think the friendship was even just based on proximity to begin with. We were doing the same thing. We were in the same place. We were in the same phase of life. So it made sense that we were friends. And then once that changed, it also made sense that we weren't friends. And then the other one is more controversial because unfortunately, her other friends didn't really like me and my other friends didn't really like her. And so whenever things went wrong, the people around you are like, well, we never liked her to begin with. So like we saw this, you didn't see it, but she was everything I needed at the time. And like, I'll never look back on the time and be like, oh, wow, we shouldn't have been friends. I'll always look back on it like, this is exactly what I needed at that time. And this was the person that, we even have matching tattoos. like two. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm also like looking at where life is now and what led to the dissolution of our friendship. Neither of us necessarily put in the work to fix it.
Yeah.
And so it was very clear that clearly we have moved to a stage where we just don't align anymore. And it's really sad. I'll always miss that intimacy.
Yeah.
Like with all the friendship breakups that you have, you'll always miss, at least I think you should always miss the intimacy that you had.
With the friend
whilst recognizing that for today.
Personally, I can't say. I think first of all, the only real like full friendship breakup that has an adult are with men, and so I'm like
that doesn't even count.
That's why I'm like no, I don't come. I'm like
it's neither here nor there.
Net. I'm like I've not lost any love in my life. Sorry, dear.
I do find that when my male friends get married, the friendship does.
I don't mind that.
It changes, but it should change. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. To be honest,
I don't mind that at all.
Even my female friends, it changes in a different way from guys, but it just changes because like. This is the way. Before I used to saunter into your house. Now there's one man there. There's one man that is also in your house now. That I have to remember that it's 2 of you that live there.
But I've told you that's the kind of house I want.
Yeah. The one that friends can just saunter in. It's really important to me that my friends have a friendship and relationship with my partner separate from me.
Interesting. Because a lot of people are like fundamentally on the opposite of this.
Oh, I think it's really important. Like the other day, my friend called me and she was like, what happened? It was not his birthday. Something happened. She was like, oh, I'm not messaging him because he doesn't respond to my messages. And I just thought it was really funny because it's like they have their own friendship and relationship, so much so that she can be beefing him for not responding to his messages, as opposed to like, oh, I'm afraid to message him because that's your man. I'm like, I'm such a community person.
I like friendliness, but I don't need you to be like close. I don't require you to have an active like personal relationship one-on-one, but I need you to be comfortable enough to come into my house while 2 of us are there and everyone is comfortable.
Yeah.
All 3 of us are comfortable in this situation. You don't feel. I went to one of my friend's house the other day and we were gisting. Me and another friend were there. We just were like, are you at home? We went, her and her husband were there and they were frolicking. They were sitting down. When we even came in, she was lying down. They didn't even move.
No, that's what...
They actually did not even move. And none of us even said it. We hissed and we were like, whatever. And we were gisting whatever. And it was funny. We got to a point in the gist where he was just like, let me just excuse you people. Don't worry. And the thing is, we were not going to chase him away, but he was just like, I don't actually think this is appropriate for me.
No,
bye. He was like, see you later. When people have finished this particular topic,
Jeremy will
just
sit there.
Call me back.
Jeremy will sit there quietly, and then a friend will be like, what's your opinion actually? Like, can you actually chip in as a man? And then he'll always be very like, careful with what he says. But I do think it's important because I don't want, like I said, I'm so big on community, and like that's where my friend's house came from as well, that it's so important to me that if my friends are waltzing in and out of my house and his friends are waltzing in and out of his house, everybody has to be cool. Yeah. Like no one should feel like they have to leave. It's one thing if you're like, oh, I'm just going to go and watch TV because you guys are gisting and I want to watch TV. But I don't want you to feel like, oh, can I talk about this thing when he's around? Can I do it? It's so... Yeah. It's so important. I love
my parents had that, and I really
community, and I love community as well. Like,
interesting.
Like I remember.
Same. Don't worry, you don't need to explain to me.
What?
Like being burnt, and then also.
Oh yeah. Where it's like you really want that friendship. Like I really wanted my friends moment, my How I Met Your Mother moment, New Girl moment. When I moved back to Lagos,
with like a crew.
Yes,
I grew up. Ultimately obsessed with like a crew of friends that like
little families,
like so above and also lives in very close proximity.
The issue is once you start dating one of the other people, that's when everything goes south.
Yeah,
that's what happens to me.
I think what I've learned is that you just allow things progress. I used to want to
force it, maybe make it happen.
Yeah, same. And I've learned like even if it takes longer than you would like. Just allow things.
I have to be so careful. I'll message my close friends or Jeremy and be like, oh my God, I met this person. She's so cool. I love her so much. And then he's like, just take a moment, don't come up. Like, she can't be everything for you. I'm so happy you've met this person, but she can't be, like just take it slow. And that's so important for me because I guess when you lose friends, if you lose your best friend, like if that is a friendship breakup, you're just on the hunt. Like, who is that next? Who is that ex-bosom buddy, but if you force it, it will blow up in your face.
Like mad. Random. I mean, now you're in love and you're happy. Was there ever a time when, because you like to cook, I mean, you learned to cook over like lockdown. That really became your thing during lockdown. But was there ever a thing where, based on, because Nigerian men, you can use, the way they have rat trap.
You can use food.
It's food. If you put food,
corner them.
If you put food on this floor now, we'll see. They just start tripping in one by one.
Me, I tried it too, and they said I tried to poison him. So,
But that's him. Did other men, when you started doing like more content and videos,
were men like, where will you cook for me?
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes. I'll be hungry.
So hungry. Oh my gosh. So there's one constantly in my, not anymore, but back at the beginning, constantly in my, Demi, when are you going to cook for me? When am I going to try this food? Oh my God, I want to try this food. Meanwhile, let me tell you, there's no follow through on their end. I'm not saying I want them to follow through, but there still isn't any effort on their end to follow through. Right? There's this one that I run into all the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, your food looks so good. I want to try it. Oh my gosh, we should talk again. At that time we dated was bad, but today I'm good. I'm not looking at all. But there's no follow through.
Yeah, that thing is a problem.
But yeah, they love
the
to
lack
get
of
your
follow
DM.
through is a crazy. I mean, there's somebody that till today I can't believe. He told me a story that I was so shocked at. He had, in his mind, he had set it up so that he could ask me out and said absolutely nothing.
Stop.
I couldn't, no.
Like he had set the scene, everything.
He sent his driver home because he knew that I'm on his way. And he had found out that I'm like a friendly enough person that, like, I still do it to dates. Like, somebody can say, I'll say, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, I'll drop you. So he had planned this.
And then zero follow through.
He entered my car and nothing. And I dropped him out.
Oh, the worst.
I think how do you do? He knew, he had gone to ask about, knew what I did, where I went, everything. All the questions I was asking. He said, this is years later. He's married, yeah, sure. And I said,
don't fucking come to me years later.
No. It was funny because he had this whole thing about how I wasn't. He said, that he asked me like 1 or 2 questions and he was like, she's not on it. I said, do you know the part that made me and him laugh the most? I could not remember this journey. He said, I said, because you were probably just as polite. Because I'm very friendly. So it's just like me meeting anybody. Oh, hey, what's your name? Oh, really? That's so cool. What do you do? He said he sent his driver home.
I didn't even ask you out. He didn't even close.
No.
I don't like men that don't have follow through. Just
don't have follow through. The ones that send their friends on their behalf.
That's actually my worst genre.
Friends.
I hate it.
I used to love it when I was younger.
Yeah, but now
because it was easier to also lie and maybe if I just wasn't in the mood. If you send your friend, I don't have to reject the person directly. I used to love that when I was younger. Now, like, I wonder if you are all there.
Yeah, I just wonder what the issue is.
I think rejection therapy is very important. I went through a phase where I felt like it's really important for me to actually ask the guy out myself.
Oh, Demi, please.
Oh, wow. Why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Why were you be in that phase?
I thought that it was...
You didn't say one time. You said a phase.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you be in that? Normally, with that kind of situation, once the first person says no, your whole eye has cleared.
No.
You've learned a valuable lesson and you can never repeat it again.
I genuinely was like...
why?
No, because in my head, I was like, let me go after what I want.
Come on.
Okay, go girl. I had that work out for you.
It didn't. But
there's nothing worse than the person you actually want. You getting there and realizing that
he said to his friend, yeah, she's just not really my type.
You see, I can collapse.
Well, somebody says that, yeah.
No, and the one I'm saying is,
this the person you like doesn't like you,
but I said rejection therapy is important.
This is why I can't approach. It's better I'm in my corner and I like you and nobody knows, and we don't know why we're not together. No one knows what could be the reason. Who knows?
No.
Than for me to approach you and you say, because to me, I'm the best thing in the world.
Of course.
So the thing is, you saying that I'm not a type is crazy.
But no, it's a fault on your part.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, it hurt a little bit when he said that, but it is his fault. It's not my fault. I am perfect.
Another thing I've always wondered is like when people, I can tell when a man has had the whole conversation in his head.
Okay.
And then maybe you don't say the line the way you're supposed to say it.
Everything is confused.
Now scattered. He has now confused. He doesn't know. I'll never forget, it was at my friend's wedding. Somebody came up to me. And his opening line was like, the letters of our name are the same. And I said, well, they're only 26.
Wow.
So, like,
Jesus.
You weren't even real cutesy about it.
What is the problem?
But that's why she can't do the only.
So lots of people. I was like, so there are lots of people that their name begins with J.
That's so insane of you. Why would
he
you?
obviously moved such a cute way.
He was trying to like
because it was a
bad approach.
But he also wasn't cute. The way so that's the thing. The line itself wasn't cute. So I was like, yeah, but there are 26 letters. So
again, the rejection therapy taught me how to flirt properly.
And so he said something else, and I was like, okay, cool.
Damn.
But he had like plans for the lines I was meant to say. And then at one point he now said, you're making this thing very difficult. You gotta say because you did not see or hear the food. He said, you're making this thing very, very difficult.
No, this is not nice.
Was he cute? Was he cute?
He was. I said I'm actually not to.
Wow. You don't know.
I'm actually.
And the thing is, it's so easy. You don't know what to do.
I was not asking. And I said, okay, how? Because I've been smiling at you.
Mm-hmm. And you just messed the whole thing up.
I said, he now said, okay.
Sorry, what the hell you approach a babe with our name start with J? Who cares?
Because I think maybe the thing is, because everybody also feels like they always have to have a line.
Yes.
Right? They have to have a line.
What happened to you? Look, as in,
just because they'll literally make that face like, ew, what? Like,
no, so I think this is another thing. I think people also are very... It's unfortunate because there's a lot of things you have to consider. Yeah. So even like your entry, if someone is looking like super flustered or...
Like I'm irritated already because I'm like, what?
Don't get in between two friends when they are dancing.
To move with like...
There are like some things that people do that it's already... You feel
you made it
so
difficult.
For instance, I was dancing with my friend and you come
in the middle,
in between me and her. So you are just really rude to my friend.
You're expecting people to be like smooth with it.
Not smooth, just normal. Do you know the funny thing is, if he had tapped my friend and said, please just, I'm about to endeavor something. She would have. She would say,
but that only works if he's attractive. That only works if you're attracted to him. It only works if you're attracted to the guy. Because the issue is, if you're not, what is it?
So if she's not attracted to him, it can be a funny moment that we move on from. But now you ruined it.
I think that there are ways that there are small things that people do that kind of
can be weekend.
I also really think that. But I think I figure out. He just had really bad chats, and I'm a talker, so I was just like, yeah, this can't work. Like I don't really have. You don't know how to relax and just have regular conversation.
I think you even have to figure out how to approach with the friend. You don't have to separate me. At a party, you actually have to figure out the group approach.
Yeah, I like a nice message.
Why are you messaging me for the same thing?
No, I totally understand. You saw me in the place. You thought I looked cute. You found out who I was. You asked. You did your research.
That's not bad.
You did your research. You know exactly what's going on.
My question is always, why didn't you talk to me when we were
because maybe I
was shy.
It's a better bet. I'm telling you, it's a better bet.
I think a message is a safe bet. Because at least if I now see the message, I'm like, oh, I did spy you. I don't like you.
Yes. Can I tell you the problem with the message? The problem with the message is now I don't know what the vibe is in person. And then with messages, you can fake a vibe. Not fake, but like...
I get what you mean.
It can seem like it's there. And now we've all wasted our time.
That's why you immediately push for it.
But fake me like...
So you push for the day.
Fake me loves long chatting. Hello, good morning, it's Wednesday. By Friday, stop talking to... Like, do you understand? Like, I have this thing now. Just like...
I push for the date, but then I would rather know that
we can talk on said dates.
Established vibe.
Yeah.
Before we get into all these drama, please.
Anyway, I've just accepted that. As you guys can see, my own is always unique. I don't even, fancy first dates, always hated them. Always.
Fancy first date.
What do you mean?
Always.
As in, like
when he puts in, I don't know what you mean.
It's not lots of effort. I don't like, for a first date, I've realized that I don't want to be carried away by the environment.
Okay, yeah. That's not
I went on a first date to the grocery store once.
Let's keep it. Okay,
I really enjoyed that.
Demi John now, please.
I really liked it.
Speaking of, anyway, finish the story.
What I'm talking about. I really liked it. So, So we met
It's the apple.
I'll be buying detergent. Me, I use Sunlight.
Maybe you're feeling rich that day. You not carry someone. Say, you carry something. Say, this is how you do.
No, so we met on Hinge.
Okay, fair.
Or was it Bumble?
Here or
No, it was abroad.
Okay, fine.
It wasn't
That's different, kind of, but not still. It's bad. It's bad.
I don't think it was bad. It was really cute. So we met on Bumble. We spoke. Everything was cute. He was like, okay, let's go on a date. He wanted to run errands. So he picks me up from my apartment and we go to Trader.
He knows your house.
Where else was I supposed to pick me up?
Bus stop.
Actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I misremembered. He picked me up from Starbucks, which was around the corner from my apartment. He didn't know it was around the corner from my apartment, but it was. I usually just walked to Starbucks. I waited because I was afraid. And I had my roommate come with me as well, like just in case, he's trying to kill me. She came with me. She waited. When I saw him and got in the car, she left. Cool. So he picks me up from Starbucks and we go to Trader Joe's, we go to Wegmans, we go to Whole Foods.
You even went to multiple places.
Cute, yes. And then we went to a little Sunday market. And
market maybe, but I don't know. Well,
I did my Sunday shop.
In London, there are many dates. Abroad, honestly, there's so many things you can do. In Lagos.
Yeah, in Lagos, if you take me to Renee's, it's over.
A lot. Speaking of Renee.
Let's not even get to it.
Speaking of Renee, did I say this thing here?
No.
That's so a good looking man. So literally, at this where I was talking about that, I went to my friend's house and it was me and Shama, we were there and we were saying how I can't remember the last time in Lagos I saw a man and thought, this is a good look. Not even for anything, just this is just a good, not he's well packaged, he's funny. This man is so fine man. And we were all yeah, we know the ones we know fine, but when was the last time you bumped? Whereas we were if you're in America or whatever, they're passing, they're left, right, or center. And then I went to Renee. I messaged my friends in all caps. I said, you guys cannot believe the nature. I was now trying to find how to stand in a corner and take a video of the fellow because so he could see me looking at him. And he was on the phone.
Don't know how to cut your eye.
He was on. No. Me, I wanted him to see me looking at him. I didn't have any issue. He saw me looking at him, and he saw me react and a message, and I was like, I don't have a problem with this. This is either what it is or it's not. So he was on the phone, and so I was walking around buying the things I was buying. He was looking around. So I bumped into him 4 times in the store.
I'm shy,
and he was still on the phone. So I just, we didn't say anything. And then it was 10:45. So there was only one person at the till.
Okay.
At night?
Yes, at night. So there was only one person at the till. And so he was at the till. And then I went to the till. So as I came to the till, he laughed. And me too, I laughed. And we were just there. Anyway.
I'm trying to go back.
So my friends were now I should say something. I said, no.
So we should trip in front of him.
I was no.
That is why you want to try and be sexy tripping.
I said no. I said because my problem is that we bumped each other inside that shop 5 times.
Yeah.
If there was to be an approach, he should have made it. It should have happened. I was like, this is just a good thing.
Yeah, it's a nice little moment.
God just used us to remind me that there are still good-looking men.
Yeah, just a nice
outside.
little moment.
And so I went outside. I went to my car. He went outside. He went to his car. 2 days ago, somebody asked me on Instagram. I said, this is a familiar looking face. So obviously, my page private,
right?
And I don't check my message requests. And so I looked at the page. I saw it was him, so I accepted it. And I checked my messages. I should have spoken to you, Renee. I said, let's go. This is what I love.
Yes.
This is the love of the game. I said, this podcast has done many things for me. Because when he looked at me and said, I know you know who I am. Don't worry. So I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm easy to find it. Don't worry about it. You can track me.
Love that.
You can track me. But here's why I say this story. He should have spoken to me on that day.
You think?
No, I think it's cute. I like the cute little message.
I'm telling you why.
Why?
Because all the messaging, fun. Oh. Turns out,
oh Lord,
in person, friendly, but
dead.
Not dead, just
not much going on there.
At the end of this, we're both kind of
David, please can you come and adjust this man?
Yeah. At the end, we're both
don't worry.
This was theoretically more exciting
than the actual
launch was. The story of the Renee whatever was fun. But actually, if you had spoken to me on that day, I'd have realized that there is no vibe here.
But if you had spoken to you wouldn't have this story today.
I would have realized that because there would have been no vibe. So it was in the yarning that even in messaging, I was like, this thing is not really.
Years ago, I met somebody and I told
so fine.
And I told somebody I'd been on a date with him, and she said,
"You can accept with fine now."
She said he cheats a lot. Can you imagine?
What was the word to say?
I met someone, I didn't know him from anywhere. I mentioned to my friend. She said, "Oh, is this person?" I said, "Yes." She said, he cheats a lot. I said, "Thank you so much."
There's a lot of them like that outside.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah. And I said, okay.
Anyway, this is a sad story because I was like, that's actually the finest man I've seen in recent times.
Again, do it for the plot.
The things I'll do for the plot, but not the dating.
So that's dating.
No. I don't have to. Like, we can keep it friendly. But the point was just, honestly, if we had a conversation on that day, this whole thing would not even have gotten
fair enough.
But now you have a cute story.
I mean, yeah, but I prefer like a nice, because we always joke about how like you bump into someone in Ibano and fall in love. Like if we were writing a film or something.
Yes.
So this would have been my...
I do look at my life like a big film.
Because I actually never go to Renee. I hate it there.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
Demi, I have 2 dilemmas for you. Are you ready?
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Do you know, I actually searched cooking in the dynamic form to try and find something that is like...
Okay. Please don't be cooking for any man.
This first one is from someone called Danny Phantom.
Okay.
Who says, is this worth losing a friend over or am I tripping? Hey, Jola and FK. Love you guys so much. I've been listening for years now and I never actually thought I would be the one on this end. So one of my guys who I've known for less than a year now but have grown close to has a sister my age who lives on a different continent. She has come to visit her brother who lives in my city twice now. On our first visit, we didn't speak because we were in a group setting and the next day she had to go back to her country. But I got a follow on Instagram, which left me happy but shocked because remember, we didn't speak. After that follow, we got to know each other a bit and found out that we not only had a lot in common, but were quite similar. 2.5 months passed and then she came back again to visit her brother. On this visit, we properly hung out, partying, dates, stuff like that, which her brother, my guy, was fully aware of because I was coming to his place to get her. I feel like you can see where this thing is going. To cut the long story short, she spent the night at mine the day before her departure and well, you know. Now she's back in her country and her brother has found out he's pissed, calling her vulgar names, threatening her, saying she disgraced him. And he will move cities.
She disgraced him.
And saying he will move cities when in reality it's just not that serious. I really think he's overreacting because it's not like we were hiding anything. And she's an adult. Yeah, I get he's an older brother by a bit, 7 years, but she's still an adult. They've lived separate lives for a long time. And I feel like cutting him off, or my other guys cutting him off, and my other guy, just because I think he's overreacting, which is crazy. She thinks I shouldn't care and that it's not worth the stress. But I feel like I'm losing guys just because 2 consenting adults wanted to have a bit of fun and live life. So am I tripping or is he overreacting? Welcome to the Madonna Hall complex.
Yeah. He's not tripping at all. I don't think he's tripping because that is a controlling brother.
No, it's the very typical thing of, you know, brother and sisters, mothers. They're supposed to be these sexless.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be somebody's sister.
He knows how you and him talk about babes.
Yeah.
That's why.
So he knows when she stepped to your house. He knows why she was there.
Exactly.
And this is his problem.
So there's one thing where it's like how the brother feels about his sister doing all sorts. Like, you know how it happens in abstract, but I don't need to bring it home.
Also with your friend.
Exactly. There's that part. But then there's the other part of like him as a guy. Do you want to be friends with guys who like move in this way?
They are friends already.
And do you want to continue the friendship?
The problem is that
you
can't see that he's not insulting the guy. He expected his sister to want better for herself or whatever.
It's the guy that hooked up with the girl that's doing the dilemma. He's now saying his friend is... Yes.
So what I'm saying is that his friend is abusing his own sister.
Yes, the friend is abusing his own sister.
He he thinks that she should be, I don't know, whatever. It's all these complexes about purity and all that. But at the end of the day, the guy is like, it's not other people's sisters that we're all sleeping with. So I think your friend is just crashing out.
Yeah, your friend is crashing out
your friend is crashing out.
Very obvious way, quite frankly.
I think you guys just need to let it pass. I don't think, and it doesn't sound like the two of you are doing something deeply serious.
That's why the brother is annoyed.
Because
that's why her brother is annoyed.
To marry
because he judges people. So in another world, the guy would tell the story of one babe that was hanging around and he slept with her before she left. And now it's your sister. You're like,
You can't now judge her the same way you would have judged other babes.
Yeah. We have an update from someone, actually.
Okay.
We have an update from Happy Bride. Hi, FK Angela. I wrote to you guys in February about planning a wedding in Q4 with an unemployed groom-to-be. I have updates. He got a job.
Hey!
Prior to this wonderful news, we had a conversation on the kind of wedding we could afford and ended up having a civil wedding in May. Barely 2 weeks after we got married, he got the email to resume a job. Thanks for your advice. Also using this as a testimony platform because I've prayed so hard and God did it. P.S. For anyone listening, please, this is not your sign to date or marry a man without a job.
Facts.
Please ensure he's hardworking and doesn't play about you. Every other thing will fall into place eventually. XOXO.
Oh, we have another update.
Okay.
On Open Womb, I don't know if you guys remember that. Anyway, hi ladies, I have the best update on my last dilemma. I literally just took a pregnancy test and I'm pregnant.
Oh, yay!
I guess my spiraling and stressing out about our timeline to start a family was due to my pregnancy hormones. I continue to hope my sisters-in-law start their own families. And in the meantime, I will work on getting my husband to realize that starting a family is a blessing and not something to be fed.
Oh.
This is the fellow that was hiding in the bathroom. Because he wanted his siblings to
have a kid
have
first.
children first. They're older than him. Ellie, she's already pregnant now, so here we are today. But that was not the one I wanted to read. I have one that I think a lot of people are going to hiss.
Okay.
Wife Material by Force says, hi FK Angela, I love you both so much. My dilemma is that men want to marry me.
Oh, my butter, my lobster is too buttery, my steak is so juicy.
My pillow is so cold.
She said, I'm a lady in my mid-20s, a lover girl if I do say so myself, and my relationships typically follow a trope where I'm very good to them, romance, gifts, words of affirmation, physical touch, food, as I really enjoy cooking. And then they misbehave, which ranges from cheating to inconsistency or just waning affection. I'm also a leaver. After one or two complaints without changes, I call it off and we calmly go our separate ways. The problem is that the last 3 relationships I've had so far before my sabbatical from relationships, every single time they start looking to settle down, they come back to say I was the best thing they had and they want to marry me. This should probably flatter me, but I hate it so much. It makes me feel like I'm not good enough to be the girlfriend, but somebody who should be kept at home. It has made me try to change who I am. I don't post my food content anymore because I don't know if maybe that's what's making them want to marry me. I don't post anything that tries to communicate wife material again. I know it seems like a silly problem, but I'm tired and I don't want to just be wife material. Any silly motherfucker.
Any silly motherfucker.
I don't want to make you feel bad, but this is a common problem, my sister.
Yeah.
Of men wanting to marry. I can say
it's always after the fact that they remember that
they come back. So don't worry.
That's all men know that.
That's like literally it is a play that they all do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are the best thing I ever had. Oh my God, how did I fumble this? Oh my God. They did it to me last week even. I said, please, 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 please. The time that you had me, it was you that tweeted this. No, wasn't you that tweeted this? Many, many, many years ago. Someone tweeted, they were like you can't, the fact that you didn't know what I was before, you cannot be coming back to be like, oh my gosh.
You actually can't.
What was like, you can't. They can't do it. First of all, block all of those men.
Yeah.
And then please post your food content.
Post your
wifey content. Like
I don't, it's not about that.
It's a joy for you. Why does it matter what anybody else thinks? Like, do you know how many people will ask me questions like, Demi, when are you going to make stew? When are you going to make soup? When are you going to make this? I don't post for anybody but myself.
Yeah.
Because I post what I am actually doing. And so if what I actually happen to be doing is making, and I don't make the stew in the house, Jeremy makes it. But if what we happen to be doing is making that, then you'll see it.
Yeah.
But more often than not, I am making what I enjoy. So please post the content that you enjoy.
So don't let them whine you, my dear. The reason that they're coming back is because they know that, look, they can't find anything out there. They now want to use you to do consolation. So also don't make you feel bad, like Baba. This has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely nothing to do with you.
Problem. If anything, you should take it as a compliment that they realize that they formal. But men, that's all they do.
I don't even know if you should take it as a compliment.
They always realize things. Don't worry. That's actually their hobby. Yeah. There's no man I know that does not realize later in life that, one girl, one day. That's all they know.
Hobby.
That's all they do. Because they really do. Like, the moment their hairline starts receding, that's when they're like,
don't worry. Don't even worry about
genuinely,
it.
check. All those men that are coming back to you, where is their hairline?
You're also in your mid-20s, like you're fine. I promise you, you're okay. But please don't curate your own presentation of your life because of men that want you to be wife material. They don't, it's not about that.
Neither, okay, last one. Hi, Jola and FK. First time writer here, so let me go straight to the point. I'm in corporate living with my sister and her daughter. She's a 9-to-5 worker and is doing really well for herself. She earns well and everything a great sister should be. She sponsors my little lifestyle, dropping me off on my PPA and goes all out for me. She's in her early 30s, I'm in my mid-20s. But we had a misunderstanding. I went out and came home a bit late, so she wasn't having it at all and was yelling. I didn't say a word till I said, I'm not going to get pregnant. And since then, she hasn't said anything to me. The thing is, she's a single mother and doesn't joke with her daughter. I've apologized, but also no avail. She's just been giving me silent treatment. I really miss my big sister so much, and I know I messed up. What should I do?
Oh, you
fucked up, man.
You really
what did she do? Man. She came home late.
Yes,
she came home late.
And when her sister was arguing, she said she's not going to get
pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So the thing is, you said you knew what you were saying. You knew what you were saying.
You hit the exact.
You specifically were like, I'm going to punch her in the nose.
Exact place below the belt that is deeply problematic. And her reaction even tells you that she's not annoyed or you've really fucked up.
Yeah.
She just kept quiet.
It's paining her. It's like mad.
See, all you can do,
you just continue begging.
You have to keep begging.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
As a younger sister to an older sister, you beg.
Yeah.
You beg. You say sorry. And the thing is, like, with sibling relationships, you always come back because like the alternative is to not.
Yeah.
But so you always come back. But especially when you know you punched under the belt.
And that's actually a very, very low blow.
Like, it's one thing to think it in your head,
but to say
it out loud.
Also to say it when the stakes are not even like what are you arguing about?
Like, sorry. See, the question is there more to this story?
No, her sister just probably being annoying her sister.
No.
You came on late. No.
Prior to this fight, because for you to immediately go there.
No. She just no.
You know, sometimes
you jabber.
You do too much.
You jabber. You do too much and you jabber. So she jabbered.
Also always anticipate the reaction. And, she's begging. As soon as she said it, she knew.
Yeah.
But I can't like.
There's nothing to do. You have to beg her.
You just have to beg her.
But you actually really messed up. Sorry.
And she's even nice to you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
She's your sister, so chances are you can work it out. But this is like, that friendship breakup about saying that I knew I fucked up. There's that kind of thing where like, I knew I said something I shouldn't have. And
like, that this is on you.
You just beg. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I just think that you have to you need, if possible, if you have other siblings, your mom, rope everybody into the bed. Don't tell them what to do.
No, because if you don't I'm trying to think about
it. They won't understand.
One, but two, she also say, why did she tell you? Why did she tell you that she
has like a close friend, rope somebody that she likes to into the begging that please.
Alternatively, you can also go to her and be like, men, I said it to be mean. And I apologize for being a dickhead.
You need to just beg. There's actually nothing. You even live in the same house.
Because if you try to be like, I didn't mean it that way. It was out of context. That makes it worse. I think sometimes if you just say, I'm sorry.
Whoopsin daisy.
Yeah. I was trying to be mean. And I achieved that. I'm sorry.
Yes. I was going to talk about cooking and MasterChef. But before that, I just have a random question. What do you guys do if you what was I talking to about this? Must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was a guy, so he was basically saying he was at a friend's house. And so he called me and was like, what's happening? And I was like, me, I'm at home. So he came and I was like, I thought you were at somebody's birthday, and he just said he's realizing that he does not like this friend anymore. But he doesn't know what to do with that because they've not done anything to him.
You just
realize that, like, slowly, I'm not a big fan.
How you are. If you slowly withdraw, then they'll ask you why you slowly withdraw.
He just doesn't really like how he is anymore, and it's not like a huge change. He's just kind of like,
I think at our age now, it's not as big as it did as it was in your 20s because of times and seasons.
Friends for like second, that kind of thing. It's been a long time.
Times and seasons.
I think there's two options here.
I'm not telling anybody. These people say talk. I'm not telling anybody. I don't like you. No, because what I'm actually doing makes no sense.
Yeah.
I just woke up one day and decided.
And there's no reason, mind you, he hasn't done anything. For the friend to do. He hasn't done anything wrong to you or to anyone else. He's just like overall.
Yeah. I just realized that we're not aligned.
I just realized that, like, I don't actually
You're not my guy.
Like you as a like the kind of guy, kind of things
that's happened to me.
People do. Your other friend, like I don't like you like that.
Where you've said it on other people, or other people have said that about you.
Both. Where like I've said about other people, and it usually coincides with actual life changes. So it's like I was already moving. Or something, I've changed jobs anyway. So there's already distance that you put between them. Some people who, when they've decided that they actually just don't like me, they'll pick a fight. They'll pick a fight and I'll be like, this fight was dumb. If you just don't want to be my friend, just tell me that.
No, I don't believe in
So he was just like watching, and I was like, I don't know.
I think
he was like, there's nothing that has happened. He just realized that it is this, like, we've been friends for so long that is the friendship.
Do you know what I think?
But that person to person,
I think a slow withdrawal
doesn't care.
Helps. So, that's the only way to explain it without being too. It's just,
but that only works if the other person accepts that. If the other person comes to you and is like, "Why are you withdrawing?"
So the other person believes that they're close friends.
Okay, exactly. What do you say now? You have to talk about it.
So you can try my style.
You can't talk about
it because you didn't do anything.
If you didn't do anything, I don't know that you can talk about it.
It's just, first of all, be sure that it's not like a thing where, sometimes you can have a thing where a friend just irritates you for a while and then you come out of it, you're like, why was I?
That's actually true.
Because that happens. Like sometimes people just be like, this person is annoying me. At the time, you even feel strongly. You don't see them for a little while and you realize that maybe it was that thing of familiarity, over familiarity breeding contempt. But if you're sure, I think all of that by force, how are you? I'm cool, work is busy as usual. By the time all that shalaye you were doing before, showing up for things that, by the time you stop, I promise you that unless your friend is very, very adamant, I'm thinking of my friendship group, there are only one or two people I know that will be like, come, what's going on? Right? Other people will just let it be and just be like, actually, we've kind of just grown apart and drifted apart. But I think it is deeply unkind to be telling somebody, I just don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't like you.
No, but obviously it's not just I don't like you. There are like, our priorities are different now.
But so you don't like me again. What I was trying to explain to him, because why it came up was he didn't even tell the guy who was leaving. So he called him and I was like, guy, where are you? And I was like, I left. And I was like, this is somehow.
No, really.
I said, no, even if you're stepping out, that I'm going. And I was like, don't now treat him.
Because what's going to happen now is that other friend is going to be like, and actually, this happened to me.
You know exactly what happened to me.
It was very clear that this person no longer really likes me like that. And they did stuff, and eventually I was like, no, this person hates me now. And now we're fighting because I am like, you clearly hate me because of everything that you've done. Meanwhile, if they had just told me before that I can't lie to you, I don't think we align anymore. It would have been painful, sure, but I just think
if you start, if on your birthday now, at everybody else's house, I just stood up and left. It's weird.
Yes.
But if I told you, I'm tired, or like even if I made something of this, it's okay.
Fair, but because you don't like that person anymore, you know
me that come when you're not in this house.
I think he has to figure out the polite way.
That's why I was telling him that you can't actually just do this.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's a polite way to slowly
draw back,
like to cool.
But you cannot be huffing and puffing and behaving somehow.
Yeah, I think there's a polite way to cool the pot. You choose not to shop for a few things that in a way that the friend will know that this friendship has changed. But it also doesn't like turn to like a big fight. So let me give you an example. Like there's a way, if there are things we normally do and I've cancelled for a while, in a row, I'll just automatically assume that you don't really want to do it, because if you wanted to, you would message me to say, hi Jola, I know that I've missed the last couple of. There are nicer ways. Don't be too abrupt, but there are like ways to, instead of like putting a pot of rice under cold water, you just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
It's just unfortunate because the truth is these things happen.
It does.
And it's quite painful if you're on the other end. And they happen
very often.
And it's never mutual.
It's never mutual.
It is never ever mutual. It's always one person.
If this guy hears that this is what happened, he'll be so shocked because he's like, okay, but what happened?
Yeah, from where?
And the truth is, he was saying that I can't even say to you, oh, he did this, and then I was like, it's just like over time, he just realized that, you know, when he was like, what it is every time that there's like, oh, it's your birthday, he's finding himself being,
he doesn't like him anymore. He doesn't like him anymore.
He just don't like it. And I'm like, it's just sad because he has not actually done anything. And also, this is how he has always been. So I don't know. When he said
but that's the thing about proximity now.
They've always been.
Like proximity friendship.
If he changed or something happened, I would say, okay, but I'm like, this guy has been like this since we've known him. What are you talking about? You too, when did you, I don't even know when you changed.
Alternatively, he could go and find a new friend to be super close to. And
it's just weird.
No need.
But
yeah, I do think that those situations, as you say, they happen so often that realistically, I would just say, just talk to the person. But I guess cooling off is an equally good approach.
Yeah, because the truth is, I'm thinking about it. If I'm on the receiving end of a conversation about, I just don't want to be friends with him because you don't. I can't take it well. I don't think it's possible for me to take it well.
Especially if you are my close friend, not a regular friend.
I'll just be so offended.
No need. There's no need. I promise you guys, there's no need.
When it happened to me, I was offended. But the friendship ended and everybody moved on with their lives. Now we see ourselves outside. Hey, how are you? Bye-bye. Like, I was offended in the time when they said it. Yeah. Because especially, as you said, this is who I am. You've now woken up today and decided that who I am, you don't like. It is upsetting. It is offensive. But that is far better than the alternative where you're like, why are we fighting?
But you don't need to fight now.
You can just drift.
Yeah, you can drift.
Which happens. Look, people are busy and I just charge most things to the game anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, you're cooking my friend's house and MasterChef.
Oh my goodness, yes.
How does that happen?
Did I call you?
So I think they had reached out to other food influencers to be like, hey, do you know anybody that is that's a home cook? And then a friend reached out to me. I said, Ty the foodie, Ty.
Okay.
She reached out to me like, hey, have you seen this thing? This is happening. Are you interested? And I was like, wow, yes, I actually very much am interested, please. So I applied and then I sent it to all my friends that cook as well, Fads, Loye, and they all applied. And that's how we all found ourselves at the audition.
Have you been watching MasterChef?
Yeah, so I've watched, I mean, not recently, like as an adult, but growing up, like on Food Network, MasterChef, Australia, oh my gosh.
Australia was the best.
It was always just so amazing to me because I'm like, these are home cooks. Why are they allowed to cook like this? Yeah. So it was so, especially because like, I didn't think we would, like Nigeria would ever get a MasterChef. I didn't know if we had enough of a food scene.
It never even crossed my mind that it was possible.
Same.
I thought they would have to do like Africa as a whole together.
No, but they do South Africa.
Yeah, so I thought that
they do it.
They'll just say West Africa.
Oh, I haven't even seen
gather everybody together.
It's not bad.
Get everybody together.
So yeah, that was really exciting. And I was so like, the day I got in, I remember screaming and calling Fast. Wow. Like, and she was like, hey, I got an email. Did you get an email? And she's like, yeah, I got an email. Did you? Did you? And I was like, yeah, I got it. And she's like, oh my God, me too. And then she got in.
Yeah.
And so like, it was so much fun. We were so excited. It was so much fun.
And
it was so good.
What was your primary feeling? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you scared?
I just didn't want to embarrass. I didn't want to be the first one to go home.
I remember you told me this.
I was like, I don't want to be the first one to go home. And I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to say something foolish. I don't want to come across as snobby or any. I was just like, I'm just so nervous because you just never know how they're going to portray you because it's reality TV.
You don't know how it will be cut.
And you have no power. It's in the contract, like they can cut with reality TV.
Yeah.
They can cut it how they please.
And you can't say anything. You can't argue. And on one level, I understand it because anything they are cutting together, you said is now.
Yeah.
Like they do not fabricate the words.
Way,
yeah.
But that's fundamentally
and
what
that's what's happened. As I've been watching the show, I'm like, you guys said something, so even if it was out of context, you still said it. Yeah. And me, I didn't say anything. So, but that was like my biggest fear. And there's some things that I see that's like, oh, this is clearly reality TV. This is like...
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. That what is it that people would not realize about shooting a show like that?
I have to be careful about what I say because some things you can't say.
Yeah.
But it's like, so for example, on your name, it will say like Demilade, and then it now says Ikwe. And I was like, could we perhaps change that?
I noticed that in the first episode, and I smiled. I just thought,
anybody else.
I was like, I know what is happening here, but I love it.
Yeah. So I know there's things like that. And then there are things like if you look at the contestant makeup, right? That I think is choices were made. Every single one of us, all 10 of us are fantastic cooks. And all 10 of us deserve to be there 100%. But I also am like, there probably were 10 other people that equally deserve to be there as well. But it's at the end of the day, reality TV is reality TV. And I think that one of the great things that I have is media literacy.
Yeah.
So regardless of any question they ask you, I know exactly what direction that conversation is going in. And I think some people weren't as aware as I was. But that was something I was talking about. So that was something I was from the beginning. I said, I know all the potential things they can try. And I'm not getting into that.
What's the biggest thing you took out of the experience? I got on MasterChef and you made some, you won a challenge, you did some pretty cool things. What have you taken out of the experience?
I think it's more like I'm very solid in who I am as a cook and what I like to cook. I'm not an experimental kind of chef. Right. I'm not let's do something crazy with this ingredient and turn it into this. That is not where I shine, where I thrive. Because truly, and you see it in my content as well, it's like I like to cook food that I want to eat and that I can cook again tomorrow. And equally in 10 to 20 minutes. Right? I do not like being in the kitchen for 2 hours. I made a video with FT. He's a chef in Toronto. See, the chicken came out really crispy and really delicious, but the 2 hours it took to get there, I can't do it again. I will throw that chicken in the air fryer and it'll be fine. Yeah. That is how I like to cook. So that's what MasterChef really solidified for me, the way in which I like to cook. And I think that MasterChef is great as a challenge. Yeah. And it is great as a way to push yourself and expand yourself and be like, hey, I know I can do this, but that doesn't mean this is necessarily how I want to cook food and how I want my food to be portrayed. So I know that I would love to get more formal training so that I can say that I can do this thing. Yeah. I know what this is. I know how to approach this thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the content I make, the food I cook, the way I live every single day is going to necessarily change.
If you had won the 73 million, what would you have done with this?
That's what I was about to ask you next.
I think I wouldn't necessarily be doing much different from what I'm doing now. I would use that money.
Damn you can't.
No, I would use
73 M.
This is what you can do. You just liar.
You just said that you wanted to go to culinary school.
But that's the thing. Even the culinary school that I said I want to go to, I don't know if I want to go to culinary school or if I want to give myself room to do practical, right? Like if I went to a course to a camp in Italy to learn how to make pasta,
right?
But I had to pay, it's really expensive and I have to be able to live. That's what the money would have gone to, not necessarily culinary school. I really want practical experience. So if I'm working in someone's kitchen, they don't used to pay line cooks but I still need the money to live. So that's what that 73 million would have gone towards.
Is there long term, is it kind of expanding in my friend's house, or would you want to be restaurants, cook, stuff?
I don't want to run a restaurant. There's no part of me that wants to run a restaurant or even have a restaurant. Because the thing about restaurants, I have learned as a restaurant goer, it is not always the same every single time. You cannot control every factor. And I will break down and cry if someone comes to my restaurant and that day just happens to be the day the fish just had frostbite. Yeah. I will break down. So I know that I don't want to run a restaurant. I want to expand my friend's house. I would love for us to have a physical location where you can come in. Because I think Lagos lacks third spaces.
Yeah, for sure.
We also lack the ability to go out and do things without a plan.
Yeah.
One of the things I miss the most about living in a walkable city So it's not necessarily just being abroad, it's just living in a city where you can walk around. It's the ability to dilly-dally.
And just find things on the way. Like something is just happening here. Or, oh, look at this place. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of that in Lagos. Like TKD Farms is on the road of Thompson. But it's still like, I drove past it and then I noticed it. And now I have to drive and park and find my way there. Like I can't just dilly-dally. So I would love to create a space where there is enough things to do where you can dilly-dally. You can run into a friend. You can run into an acquaintance. You can just be in community with people without having to plan that, which is what I think RSVP that year had.
Yeah, because you just knew that on a random Friday night.
You sure knew people were there.
Pop in. Yeah.
And that meant you didn't have to plan with friends. You didn't have to call someone else to figure out what was going on. You could just show up. And some people, like in December, when people would come to my friend's house event, you would find a lot of, I saw it, I bought a ticket, I came by myself.
Yeah.
I told my friend after the fact, maybe, or I genuinely came on my own.
Yeah.
And that for me is a sign of success.
Yeah.
Regardless of if we sell out or how many we do, the sign of success is the goal, which is that people can come here and they can make friends and they can come on their own. And it is truly a third space. That's what I wanted to create. And 73 million probably would have also gone towards creating a space that exists without necessarily me having to be there, but people can still come to. And so MasterChef has been like, I really like to cook. I don't want to open a restaurant, but I do want to be in a community and I do want to cook. And I want to have more people just be able to come into my kitchen. I want to be the hostess with the mostess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's actually what it is.
Fair enough. I do see that.
Like Brie Vanderkamp in Desperate Housewives? Like she had a cookbook, but she was the hostess with the mostess. Yeah. That's what I want to do.
I love that. She's when I go to South Africa.
Yeah, that's a very loaded question.
No, that was the
prize.
I mean, considering what's happening there now.
Considering what's happening there now, I think they're very mindful of that as well, which I think is, I love that. It's very fantastic. And I appreciate that they are aware of everything that's going on. So at the moment, I don't know when I'm going to South Africa, but I do know that it will happen.
Yeah.
And when it happens...
Are you going with somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
Who I'm going with though? Still up for debate.
Okay, fair.
Because there's people that can kill me if I don't take them.
Yeah.
Fair.
The other thing I was going to ask is so I saw the first episode. Obviously, it's online. Mm-hmm. I don't have DSTV.
Bro.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't talk about this too much.
Who have bought whatever you people are doing. I signed up to DSTV Stream. Mm-hmm. You can't watch anything. It doesn't. I went to the support. Anyway, it didn't work. So I watched Taiwo's
recaps. What do you think?
Are fantastic. Like as a recap of a show that I did not watch. So I saw the episode 1 and I watched the episode 1 recap and I was like, I didn't actually have to watch the episode. It had everything there. And so that was like my catching up. But it seemed like you were very like supportive of the other. Like I saw, before even I watched Taiwo's, I saw the clip of like Favy breaking down.
Yeah.
And you were like, and I was like, sis, they cook now.
No, but people do that now.
I was just like, sis, okay, good. Thank you so much. Leave this girl. Like, you were hugging fat and it was lovely, but I was a bit like, so like, I don't know, how was that? Because it's a different approach. You see a lot of shows where people are, I didn't come here to make friends. And
let me tell you, there's people on MasterChef that did not come there to make friends. At least 2 people
said it's in their thing. And I was like, sure, okay. And so it was just interesting to see that you were like super, okay, let me help you here. Let me like support you and lift you up. And I was kind of like, sis, this is not why we came. This is actually not why we came here.
Do you know what it is? It was, for that specific episode with Favy, it was hubris. I had cooked fantastically. I was sure that I was good. So there was the room to be helpful. And I guess as a person, I just also, that's just my character as well. It seemed like
it was more even that.
Yeah. But it is, and that's what I was saying about, even if they take clips out of context, you will not find a clip of me saying something out of context because it's just not necessarily my character. And again, media literacy, I know how these things go. I'm not, and I also think that I approach this show as a fun side quest, as a fun activity. Oh my gosh, I might win 73 million. That's fantastic. But the bigger picture of this was challenging myself, doing something fun, taking myself out of my comfort zone. And that is a privilege that I had that not other people who went on the show have. And that I think you can see in the way people approach it as well. Because if you're approaching something as this is fun versus this is going to change my life.
I must do this. Yeah.
There's a very different approach. You are locked in. It doesn't matter who you meet there, how you meet them, what happens. And I think that I recognize that privilege and I don't take it for granted. But that is also why there was the room to be like, I don't want to jeopardize my character or my perception just because I really want to win something.
Yeah.
And I also was like, I think everybody who went on the show has gotten what they need out of the show, regardless of if you won a challenge, if you win the whole thing, who's going to win that. I don't know. But I do think that whatever it is that ultimately you needed from the universe, you needed from the zeitgeist, you needed from God, like whatever you count as your spiritual leader, whatever you needed, I think you got it from that show. Because I'm a very big believer in everything that's meant for you will happen for you. So even as I was devastated with getting eliminated, I still was like, this must be for my better good in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that is. So I can cry today. When I find out, I'll look back in hindsight.
I thought that challenge was tough as hell.
It was.
That challenge. See, the moment I tasted Solia's dish, they didn't show it, but I broke down crying. The moment I tasted her dish, I tasted the dish. At one point, they said cut. I went, oh! As soon as I tasted the dish, as soon as I saw it, I said, one, Favy and Loye are fine. I know that those two are fine. It's between Faz and I. And then I was even like, Faz is also probably going to be fine. And I just don't know what it was that came over me. Actually, I know what it was. It was the fact that Eros called me out at the beginning of the episode. But I just instantly was like, man, this is tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. And because I don't know how I'm going to do it, I don't know where I'm going to do it. Where is the support? Who is holding my hand through this? Like somebody used to rub my back and pat my head. It was tough. And like when you have to cook something without a recipe, and it's also now a dish that you have never
done before,
experienced. I think I have made a goosey 0.5 times. Not even really once.
Yeah.
Like I was just in the room when my sister made it, really. And I generally saw what she was doing. Yeah. It's tough. But I guess that's the point. That's part of a pressure test, right? If they were going to give us something easy, it wouldn't be a pressure test. Even that egg challenge that they had in episode 3.
I knew that was going to rock people.
Yeah, like you think that,
every cooking
easy,
show, when they do the egg thing.
Eggs
it always humbles people.
Yeah.
Egg, like a fried egg, a poached egg, and what was the other one? A boiled egg, perfectly boiled egg.
I knew that people were going to cast like crazy.
Yeah, so if it was meant to be easy, they wouldn't have given it to us.
No. Yeah.
And it was and is devastating that I didn't get to continue on in the show because like last episode I watched it and I was like, I could have done that. I could have figured that out. But again, I'm a big believer in the universe will give you exactly what is meant for you. So that means I was supposed to go at that time.
Yeah.
And whatever is coming next, it wasn't like it needed to happen this way.
Yeah. I mean, you said, go ahead.
I was going to say that because a lot of people would imagine that going on a show like this, and obviously there's some publicity, whatever, it's either doesn't do that much or it does that much. And I'm just curious about what that does or how
the
that
publicity of MasterChef?
Yeah.
How do I say this politically correct? It is this first season.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of figuring things out.
Yeah.
And I think the benefit of the first season and the disadvantage, so the advantage and the disadvantage of the first season is that they are figuring out publicity.
Yeah.
So if you do badly, well, we're still figuring it out. If you do well, they're still figuring it out. But I think that it's getting better. And I also think, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I do think getting eliminated and the kind of like feelings around that elimination has also garnered a little bit of, what's going on here? What's happening here? And that in and of itself is also propelling the show. Because it was fantastically produced, fantastically edited. I was very pleasantly surprised by how amazing the entire experience was in terms of like filming.
Yeah.
And so I think people deserve to watch it.
Yeah.
And as you said, DSTV streams kind of difficult to watch, but Ty is doing a fantastic job with the recaps.
Really is,
the pictures are fantastic. Like, you go on their Instagram page, like you really get to see everything that's going on. The sponsors as well, like Power Oil.
Everything looks really good.
Yeah.
And like not like a Nigerian version of it. It looked like
it looks fantastic.
It was fully to the MasterChef level globally.
Yeah.
It was done very, very well. So I hope that everybody in season 1 gets their flowers, and I hope moving forward, season 2, 3, as far as they go, it just continues to build that momentum. And so I think that, like, back to the point of everybody got what they needed out of it. As much as I would have loved a lot more exposure, I also think that even me just personally recognizing that I actually want more formal training in some way, it's fantastic. Like, that's something that I will take with me and do more of.
Is that someone you think will win?
I don't know who will win. I just need it to be from the red team. I don't care who it is.
As retribution.
Yes. Yeah. Because the thing about, so that episode, and every time I talk about this, I get heated. I get so heated about episode 4, that team challenge. Because every other episode, we get feedback to our face.
Okay. Yeah.
This was the first episode where we dropped the food, explained ourselves, and then we left.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the feedback was until I kind of like watched it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
also after they didn't like then say.
No, like they did say like, if you watch the judging, they were like both teams cooked well and one team had really good leadership and another team was very creative. But at the end of the day, they picked the blue team. What got them to that conclusion, I'm saying I personally missed.
Yeah.
So I then watched it as later on, when I watched the episode, I was not like, oh. So it's so interesting because now I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah.
You understand the difference. Yeah.
I understand why you gave it to the blue team because David's approach was quite creative and I'm just not that kind of cook.
Yeah, you said so.
I'm just not that kind of cook. So his approach was, when he said Nigerian women are figure 8, so he said a pair is also figure 8. I said,
in the explanation, I just
yeah.
Well, fair. He really thought about it deeply.
Yeah. But you said you want to expand my friend's house and probably go for formal training. Do you feel more excited to try stuff or kind of like, neither here nor there, or it's still the same? Like, do you feel like, did being on MasterChef put a battery in your back about what's possible, or are you kind of like,
It solidified what was possible. Like, I have in the back of my mind that, this could be possible. This could happen. Like, I could potentially do this thing. But you don't know if it's actually a reality that can happen until it happens. So going on MasterChef, I was like, wait, this can actually happen. Like, I actually can have a Netflix food and travel show. I actually can do formal culinary training because it's one thing for me to eat my food. I think my food is delicious. For me to eat my food, I think my food is delicious. For you guys to eat my food, you think my food is delicious. It's a whole other thing when you're getting judged.
Yeah.
And in that judging, because I will say that I never once received bad judgment. Even in that final challenge, it was like everybody's food was delicious. Yours was just the least delicious. Yeah. But it was still delicious. So that in and of itself reignites you, I guess. So now I'm like, actually, formal training would be useful just so that I know that I actually know why I'm doing this thing. I think the day you came to my house to cook, you asked me why you're doing this way. And I was like, I don't know. Desha said I should do it this way. So I do it that way. But what formal training will give me is I know why it happens this way. I know why it has to be done like this. And then expanding my friend's house is like, that's something I've always wanted to do since the day we started. But it's a question of when is the right time? Because if you're too early
to expand and get a space, or just to expand in general? To
expand and get a space. Because if you're too early to a market, people may not fully appreciate and understand. If you're too late to a market,
then you've missed it. The way.
And then at the same time, expanding, we are so nimble right now, we have no overheads. Expanding comes with overheads.
Yeah, there's a lot of cost involved in setting up.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you if they're looking for you?
You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm on Threads, but on Threads, I'm a little like unhinged there. That's a secret place that I like to go.
Threads.
I love Threads. It's such a nice, happy space.
It's very
and I'm on African American women Threads as well. Oh, it's so uplifting. And Threads has this thing where it's like, if you start a conversation, you can then have like a whole thread community around that topic and conversation. So I love Threads, one of my favorite places. Every now and then I go to X, but that's really just to see what Jola is saying. To be honest,
this has devolved completely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's TikTok and Instagram, and every now and again, Heartleys. You can find me in Heartleys.
Screaming at Heartleys, actually.
And with that, this episode comes to a close.
Best of luck to you all. Like, anything you want to do with the podcast, just do it. No, thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. This episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by Carousel Networks. We are your hosts, Fekemi, FK Abudu, and Jola Jules Ayeye. Our producer is Debbie Romeo. Our production associate is Areolua Anibaba. Our social media manager is Remi Oluwole. Our cinematographer is Divine Nabuko. Our audio engineer is David Kenny. Our camera assistants are Pascal Ona, Mark Peter, and Abolade Uluyede. Our sponsor is Busha, and our fantastic guest today is Demilade Akingbe.